the view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, we put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop off fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of love, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'm a beast of the that. They can never be me, nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, we put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'm a beast of the net. They can never be me, nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, we put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could
Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another transfer show and Chelsea news on Chelsea Perspective. More importantly, I hope you're all doing well. I sincerely do mean that. So I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Please do accept that from me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, let's get into the show straight away. Yes, people, welcome back to the show. And as you're coming in, please keep liking the video, keep liking the stream to help us reach more people. I hope everyone is doing well. As you can see on the screen, we have, again, as people out there would say it on Twitter, especially they say things are happening at Chelsea. Yes, indeed, things are really happening. And again, I know some of us are happy. Some of us are still on the fence. And some of us are still on the bus, the panic bus. And I hope to get the driver in today on the panel so we can talk about how he feels. Maybe he's changed his mind. Again, I'd be cautious how I phrase that. As IBZ said in the group, he says, again, don't hold your breath for that. Again, until you get an official statement from the club, that's when you know the deal is done. But it's looking likely. It's looking like it's a, Fabrizio, he was, even when Brighton released a statement saying that one isn't done yet. He didn't take down his post. He pinned it, which shows that really something is happening. Again, more importantly, I hope everyone is doing well. And I'll start as usual, as it is the culture here on Chelsea Perspective. Please, if you're in the chat, do let me know if you can hear me. Again, thank you. Thank you very much for finding the time to join the show again today. The chat is already on fire. I don't know if it is because I joined late. But whatever it is, again, it is fun to have you guys there. I hope you're all doing well. Please keep liking the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So thank you for all the love that you've shown this particular channel. So let's shoot for it. Let's go. I have Phantom here as one of the first. He says sixth to hit the like button. Delicious reality. Chelsea interested in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I knew immediately when I heard that news you would want to be on the panel because you've always called for the club to go for him. Again, the concerns of Chelsea players then before he left for La Liga was his salary, plus also their concern about his behavior. I think he's always had a good relationship with Thomas Tuchel, which the man himself talked about it. So if we're serious about him, I wouldn't complain too much. I think there's a lot that Armando Broja can learn from him, and he's a fine finisher. I think his numbers at Arsenal started dropping up because he had I think he had a fall. He fell out with Mikel Arteta and the team overall. But that's, by the way, I'm moving from that one. Cucurella, yes, I've done that. This is Liam Lane says, blue morning, Cucurella, a panel and chat. Blue morning to you too, Liam Lane. I hope you're doing well. BF says, I'm good morning and everyone. Good morning to you too, Abhinab. Abhinab, I hope you're doing well, brother. Nice to see you here. Where did you see about Aspi? Anything about Aspi did I miss here? Aspi move blocked. It's something, I don't think it's blocked. It's not, but you could argue that we're reluctant to sell him at this point until we're getting a player in that position. I think we'll eventually let him go. Again, saying hello. This is MC Raz 3D. At least I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in the chat. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Not sure why the club would block it once a replacement comes in. That says enough that that Rag is very bad with reports on Chelsea. Again, like I think you and I are the same. I do not think that the club will block the players' move to Barcelona, especially if we're able to get in a player who can play in that position. The issue, well, I think the simplest reason, the most understandable reason, if you prefer, that we've been reluctant to let the players go, it's simple. It's because we haven't brought in a player who can play in that particular position. So I don't think Aspi's move to Barcelona would be blocked, but I think we'd hold on to him until we get in a player who's capable of playing that particular position. Romano said that the deal with Cuckoo stands. Brighton is denying such claims. Here's the thing. I think Brighton may well be looking at even beyond getting Levi Colwill. That's a chance they may be looking to get in another player, and they don't want selling clubs to feel like, oh, they have money. So clubs sometimes are reluctant to announce the sale of a particular player, especially if they want to go back into the market with the money they've made off the purchase of the player. So it's a risk. When you announce the sale of a player, then when you go to another club for to buy a player, they know you have the money. So they're asking you more than usual because they think you have it. But that's, by the way, again, we have 97 people watching, and we have 25 likes. If you haven't, please take a second to like the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So thank you very much for all your support. Let me see. I'm going to skip quite a few, get to the bottom. Let me just get Brighton are doing that until the deal with Levi is sorted out. The Cucurella part is done. That may well be the deal, the situation. Also, I think even if you argue that that's the case, that you could also argue that the reason being that they want a situation whereby if they don't get a Levi Colwill, they'd have to go to other club who are well aware that they've sold Cucurella and they have some money to spend. So it's as simple as that. It's common sense. I don't think there's any issue with the deal. I agree. Again, this is just a conversation between two people in the chat. Levi, Chelsea have said it's not part of it's separate. But even at that, they don't want the selling clubs that they go to get a replacement for Cucurella to be dealing with them, knowing that they've sold a player, that they have money in place. Cucurella is done deal regardless. Yep, we know that, and I sincerely do believe that. But then again, I'm not gonna preach it that seriously until I get an official statement from the club. Again, but that's by the way. Let me. He says yes. Levi Colwill is separate. I think we know that. I'm gonna try and skip to the very bottom, but I'll stop by to always say hello to those I haven't said hello to. Here's Smith David. Contrary to inaccurate report from rumors on media outlets this evening, no agreement has been reached with. Again, we've read that. I think I've talked about the reason why I think that is. Again, to every other person in the chat, to PJ Artist, I hope you're well. Please do let us know that you're doing well. Yes, I said it was separate. Yep, thank you very much for saying that. Again, I think I will scroll to the very bottom so that we're all aligned, and I'll try to read the subsequent contributions in the chat. Liam Lane also says, Glenn, not if, again, did I miss Glenn's comment anywhere? Oh, okay, there you go, Glenn. I hope you're doing well, brother. Please do let me know. I sincerely do, hope so. Again, Abhinav says, but what confuses me is that if the deal with Cucu is done, why is Cucu still in Spain? Again, clubs talk, and he would want to leave, even though we heard that he's put in a transfer request. He'd want to leave, on good terms. At this point, maybe they've asked him to stay there, not to make it seem like it's done. So they don't end up spending too much on buying another player, because the selling club would know that they have money. So it's as simple as that. Again, saying hello to people in the chat. Again, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Killer Red, I hope you're doing well. Anybody else here that I haven't said hello to? Apologies, I will try to get to you. If I see you, I recognize I haven't done so, and I will say hello to you. It says, I'm not worried about the Cucurella deal. I am worried about the Fofana deal. Again, we will get to that one by one. Again, more importantly, again, there you go. And I've seen the coolest Charles is in the house, bro. How are you doing? Again, remember, you can always share the link to your channel whenever you get a chance, and tell them, no problem, you're good, bro. Again, Sergio Bar, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Sergio. And good morning to my fellow American, Yosei CFC, bro. I hope you're doing well. He says, big up, my brother. Smash that like button, people. Yes, keep liking the video as you're coming in. Take a second to like the video. It doesn't cost anything. It is free. And if anybody asks you to pay, tell them that Yosei CFC, Glenn, and also Liam Lane, those people had already paid for you. Ruben, I don't think I've said hello to you. Ruben Dima, Lesibari Paul, Cucurella, he says, I get that. You called in for the sign, for the announcement of the player. So nice to see you there, brother. I hope you're doing well. Chelsea all the way. He brings his fighting in. Always likes to fight me. You know I love you, brother. I'm just kidding. He says, according to Catalan sources, Chelsea have been given the go-ahead for Chelsea talks to talk to the young. We will get that in a bit. That's another one that excites me. You have a good source. You have good source. I think so. I don't know. Is that a you ask? Okay, I'm guessing Tobago. You sent that yourself. He says, sorry, my language today, coach. This latest news isn't good for my blood pressure. Which one of them? Let me know. Which one are you referring to, Glenn? I want to know. And this is adrenaline. It is done. Is it done, or is that fake news? Again, Fabrizio Romano wouldn't risk his reputation by saying it's done. All that is left is for the player to travel to London for his medicals, and then put pen to paper, and then boom, it's done. Again, and when the Brighton statement came out, some people went to his Twitter page and they were calling him names. Some said he's a liar, and he responded to the guy who called him a liar, saying, we'll find out who is a liar. I think Tobago himself witnessed that exchange between Fabrizio Romano and that particular individual. I have good sources. I read I read the news. Yeah, Ashish Shamar. Ashish Shamar. Again, if I mispronounce your name, do let me know. Apologies, I don't do it intentionally. He says, "What about the young?" Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. Just stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is your show to get the news. And again, we don't just suck up what we see out there. In most cases, we have 99.9% of the time, it is not just me alone. We have panelists. We have panelists, smart panelists. What we do is we put two and two together, dissect and analyze information, and then come to sensible conclusion and advise our followers what to do. We don't just suck up whatever that we see out there. I wouldn't miss a Sesko. I think I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, Manchester United have, they forfeited their pursuit of Benjamin Sesko. And Todd Boehly also did have a meeting with him, which means that's a chance we get him now if we're serious about him. I don't know why Manchester United pulled out of the deal. And here I'm hearing also that they've also pulled out of they forfeited their pursuit of Anthony from Ajax. So those are the deals I'd really wants to look at, but let's see what the club wants to do. Jeffrey Oboni, I want to say, is a big up to you, bro. A lot has begun to happen at Chelsea. I am so happy for that. May God help us. Again, here's the thing: I've never been impatient. I have things I feel like Todd Boehly that he could have done. He could have done it differently. For instance, him allowing Marina Granovskaya and Petr Cech to leave at the point where you'd argue that he needs them the most. But that's, by the way, again, we'll move on from that. But did I at any point, consider him as a failure, given that we've not been able to bring in some of our transfer targets? No, I haven't done that. Again, for everyone you talk about, I'd give you a reason why we were not able to get the player, or why Barcelona ended up being the ones to get the player in question. Fofana deal might be more difficult than any other deal. It is complex, for obvious reasons. The price tag, his contract runs until 2027. Plus, Leicester City, they need money to be able to facilitate their transfer activities. And I think Fofana is the most likely to fetch them the most amount of money. So they'd be looking to get that from us. But we'll see what happens. If I have one complaint about Auba, is that he should take football more seriously. He takes football more seriously. Maybe it depends on the manager he's played under. He had fun under Thomas Tuchel at Dortmund. He was scoring for fun. Again, you could argue also that right now at Barcelona, with Dembele's availability, he's starting to enjoy himself. Maybe that has changed, and I'm not paying attention. That may well be the case. But that's, by the way, again, if you're watching, we have 155 people watching. We have 41 likes. If you haven't, please take a second to like the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So thank you very much, Frankie. The young will be the most complicated, but it can be done. Oh, yeah, I think that's a legit argument there. Given the fact that the salary that Barca owes him, they're looking to factor that into his transfer fee, or to get the buying club, to take care of that, of which I'm hearing that we've agreed, we've actually agreed to take care of that. AD Love for Blue says, like and subscribe to help this channel, people. Thanks very much for that. A delicious comment, because you're asking for people to help the channel grow. I appreciate that. Keep liking the video, guys. Thank you very much. Morning, peace, morning to you, to Immortal Technique, Technic. Nice to see you, brother. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Says I love Cucurella, but selling Levi is stupid. FDJ is an absolute baller, but us are paying his wages. Hell no. Again, how many hours do we want to take? Again, to really hit the reset button. If you want a fresh start, you have to take huge L's. From on multiple fronts, losing so many players. Some will be would actually, I think some you would have to go to the extent of terminating their contract if they don't want to leave. Again, it's not that simple. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to try to scroll to the very bottom there. I see a super chat. Again, I'm going to take a second to thank the brother for that donation. It's not easy. Again, I appreciate that, but really, you don't have to do that for me to read your comment. I wouldn't be mad about Colwill. Do you guys want her to compete as soon as possible, or do you want her to wait and hope that all these young players develop properly? It's a gamble either way. Yep, no matter how you choose what you choose to do, it's still a gamble. But the most important thing here's the thing: we're ardent. We're making sure we have a buyback clause, which means we're valued. We understand Levi Colwill's potential. And do you think he'd actually start that much game at Chelsea Football Club if he stays? No, I think he'd develop quicker at Brighton. But again, more importantly, the buyback clause shows the club values the player. So him coming home, yes, he has Thiago Silva and Khalidou Koulibaly to learn from, but he'd develop quicker, if he goes to Brighton. It's as simple as that. Yep, thank you very much. And to my brother, Don Raymond, thank you very much for that super sticker. I appreciate that. Again, your support, I can't thank you enough for that. Again, and always, even without that, I'd always try to get to your contributions in the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. 168 people watching, and we have 50 likes. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you very much. PJ Artist, again, that's just a discussion. Big up to you too, my brother. One love. I appreciate that. Again, let me say, Alba is a good finisher, and I don't think he's lost that. Something got lost when he was still at Arsenal. Again, it wasn't his finishing ability, no. And even at his age, he's still quick. He's still very, very quick. I think if we're going to talk about what happened at Arsenal, I think it has to do with his relationship with the manager. They fell out, and again, clashes of ego and all that. Maybe you could argue that, but we will get to that even further. Let me try and catch up with what we have in the chat here. Alain Belay for Fofana up to £70 million is not a bad deal, but we cannot wait for Cucurella's deal. And also, we should assign Sesko. Again, it's a good sign. Manchester United, I'm hearing, they've forfeited their pursuit of Sesko, which means we have the chance of getting the player. I don't see Fofana's deal to be complex. I'll pay £70 million, and he'd be a Chelsea player. He wants a Chelsea. Again, here's the argument there. People are concerned that if you pay that amount of money for a young defender, he's just 21, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That could affect, be an added pressure on the player, and we may well see another Harry Maguire scenario. So we don't want to risk that. At the same time, he's a fine player. At the same time, you could argue he's confident enough to overcome whatever pressure, the transfer fee would, put on him. But that's, by the way, says, again, anything else to read here? Jorginho and Conte contracts are left with a year. Thus, the young is essential. Yeah, thus, I agree. But the fact remains, I'd like to keep N'Golo Kante at all costs. He's a player that wins your game, even with a broken arm and a broken leg, so to speak. He's that good. He's that important to this team. Prime example being he was half fit when he helped us win the Europa League under Mauricio Sarri. He wasn't fully fit when he helped us win the Champions League. And that game, if you don't know, if you paid attention, was won in the midfield. He wasn't fully fit when he helped us win that UEFA Champions League. But that's, by the way, the young needs his 17 million salary. It's the five in the five wages. He wants it, and him saying he wants to stay at Barca. At Barca, it's as simple as, no, I need my money before I leave. But if you want to see how you see it, the fact remains, it's about the money they owe him. 15 million is no chicken change, and it's his blood and sweat on the pitch, and no club will pay that. I think if you really want him, you come to an agreement with Barcelona, you get the player. I've been watching process for years at my club, but trust me, it doesn't work. Any big club is lucky to have at least 2 youth players make the first team if you really want to keep competing on all fronts. Yep, it has to be a mix of youth and experience, and not too many youth players. Also, in total, you're basically paying 97 million euros for FDJ. But we'll see. Is it worth it? That's an argument I don't want to get into. There's no way to calculate that. We have two people at the club who are numbers people in Thomas Tuchel and Todd Bowley themselves. So if they look at it and they feel like it'd be worth it to pay that amount, I am not going to argue. Again, De Jong is a great player and will add a variety in our squad. He gets you goals. Again, he's quicker. He's an upgrade to Jorginho, if you ask me. But I think Jorginho would probably be more. Jorginho would probably be better at controlling games. That because Jorginho, first of all, is a register before a DM. Although he's been able, to fulfill both the role, that is now he's become a mashup of a DM and a register, given his ability, to read the game and can play as a single, as a single six, not necessarily as a double six. But that's, by the way, right now I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. I've said that 10 times, but really the chat is on fire. It's not easy to do. Chelsea the Kingslayer soccer sabermetrics lecture incoming. I know you're referring to my friend and brother Phantom here. And by the way, more importantly, Chelsea the Kingslayer, I hope you're doing well, brother. Nice to see everyone.
I will pay whatever is needed to get Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I will overpay.
Yeah. When it's about Aubameyang, you don't mind the fee. Let me just quickly catch up with the chat. I'll come to you in a bit. Chelsea playing a football manager. That may well be the case of a Soccer Highway 304. Nice to see you here. It looks like this is your first time here. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video. Right now, we have 205 people watching, and we have 57 likes. If you haven't, keep liking the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you. Thank you very much, people. I appreciate all your contributions. The good thing about Fofana is that he is coming to a team with good defenders. I mean, there wouldn't be so much pressure on his side to carry the team. I think here's the reason why I think that's a delicious comment. I think Leicester City's defense had a lot of issues this past season. They lacked leadership. Even though they had some good defenders there. You could see they lacked a cohesion in some occasions, if you want to phrase it that way. So I think having Thiago Silva and Kalidou Koulibaly, those two generals being available, will help Fofana do well. I don't think it's struggle because the weight of the leadership of the back line wouldn't be on him. He's just there, to complete the puzzle. So that makes a perfect sense. That the Young and Fofanas, they are complicated, especially the Young. With Fofana, that man is at least trying to be a Chelsea player. For a reason, the Young won't be pushing. Nobody will owe you 50 million and you'll be pushing to leave when you're not sure how you're going to get your money back. Again, Chukwuemeka, I am happy about that. I'm happy, not just because I was born and bred in Nigeria, no, because he's a fine player, but people thought I was just praising the key and saying how much of a good player he was because I was born in Nigeria. No, that's not the case. I've always been objective when you talk about players here. When you bring up Ndidi, you know my opinion. When you bring up Victor Osimhen, you do know my opinion too. Again, David, again, it's just people having some conversation there. I say, so remember when I said if we're considering paying 70 million to 80 million for Fofana, and you said we would listen to journalists, we shouldn't listen to journalists. Well, if you read the whole comment I was talking about our academy players, yes, I guess you make a good point, but could you elaborate more on what you talked about? I'd really would like to know, brother. Again, that is the coolest chance there. Like I told you, bro, you can always share the link to your channel. That's Tobago, a friend and a brother, the owner of the YouTube channel, The Coolest Charles. If he shares his link, the link to his channel, please go check it out. And Phantom, you can do the same too. I think we should sign Alba because he's a great striker and he has a good relationship with Thomas Tuchel. Again, if this guy, this is a Nightbot, it's a robot, it's a software that helps police the chat. So sometimes it might come across as salty. Please don't worry about it. I haven't learned much about it. I would try to lighten, the terms it uses. when it refers to people. So don't worry too much about it. And if he blocks any of your comments, let me know. I will fix that. De Jong is a very good player. We need experienced people like him in the squad. Yeah, even though he's young, you could say his experience. Yes, I would send you the link in a bit. As you can see, I bring in people bit by bit. Usually Phantom comes on first whenever he has time. Phantom, you want Aubameyang? No, he doesn't want Aubameyang. We'll talk about that in a bit. I am happy with Carney Chukwuemeka. Now we should go for Sesko. We need a big boys up front. Ziyech, Pulisic, and Timo are lightweight and easily get bullied. You could argue that to a certain measure, but those are good players actually. For obvious reasons, it hasn't worked out for them at the club. So I wouldn't go into. And then Goli, how are you doing? I know, again, if this is your first time, please do take a second to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And also, again, tell others about the channel. So thank you very much. Nice to see you here. I will go for Trossard from Brighton. I don't know that player that much. 1 year left on his contract, so he will be cheap. The problem we have most is creativity, and he will give us that. I think we lack creativity in the midfield area. We don't create too much. Usually the goals we create, most of them you could argue not as a result of a midfield that, splitting open the opposition defense without players running in. Again, that's why whenever we talk about that, people will say, get us another Fabregas. And again, Fabregas looks like he's a one-off thing. He's not the most physical. He's not the quickest. Everything he does is about his mind, his quick thinking. Again, I don't think there will ever be another Fabregas. Again, there are other players who are as creative as he is, but he's unique in the way he approaches the game. Chelsea paying the 17 million to FDJ feels like paying another man's child support. I get the argument. So people, thank you. Keep liking the video and also keep the conversation going there, even when I'm not reading what you have there. Beatty says Fofana will allow Thiago Silva load management to be perfect. If we get FDJ, we can release Gallagher. Now in that 8, yep, Gallagher needs to play further forward and not there. So again, I'm going to skip a lot of your comments there because the chat is on fire. Let me see this breaking news from Ike Icy. And if I see any breaking news, I will read it, and then I'll go up and start scrolling down gradually. So please don't feel don't feel left behind. I cannot read everything. If I try to read all the comments in the chat, we'll end up just reading the chats and not be able, to talk about what we're here to talk about. It says, Enrique report that Premier League side Chelsea have had an opening 75 million proposal rejected by Leicester City for French Youth International. Yeah, I think we knew that from time. So that's, by the way, Phantom, I'm going to come to you right now. I want to hear from you, your thoughts on where we're at with, again, overall transfer. I know if you don't talk about Aubameyang, I'm going to ask you for your ID. But we're not talking about Aubameyang right now. Don't go to Aubameyang right now. Please. That's fine.
Okay. I don't care about Cucurella. We get him. We don't get him. Fine. I think Fabrizio already said, here we go. I just assume we have him now. Okay, great. Okay, next topic. So when do I get to
how are you feeling
Pierre?
Overall about our transfers overall, what we've done,
I'm very happy able to do?
Are you confident?
Sterling, Sterling needs someone to pass to, and that's going to be Aubameyang at the number 9 spot. Can we just go into Aubameyang?
No.
When do we get to talk about it?
He's really big in a bit. And believe me, I'll start with you. I will start with you. Trust me. Ty, how are you doing, brother? Welcome to the panel, bro. Not always nice. Always nice to have you.
Yeah. I'm seeing some crazy madness on Twitter and on Instagram with Mr. Wesley Fofana. And what
he's really pushing, right?
He's pushing, man. Liking the tweet, the Instagram poster from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang about Cucurella to Chelsea. He's pushing it.
Aren't you concerned? Are you not concerned, Ty, that after 2 years or 3 years of clubs like Real Madrid or Barcelona or maybe Bayern come for him, he'd start doing the same thing at Chelsea? Because it's a pattern now. We learned from people in the chat the other day that he did the same thing with Leicester, wanted to sign him.
Yeah, Saint what's the Saint Etienne?
Saint Etienne. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Don't get me into trouble.
Yeah. So in the French league. So I think it is a pattern, and that to me is a concern. And if we're going to be supposedly spending nearly 70 million on him, that seems way too much like a Lukaku thing. And I mean, if he's going to be pushing for a move like that every 2 seasons or every 3 seasons, that is not a good indication, because that means that you don't have any longevity, you don't have any long-term player there. But I mean, it's just assuming things. I don't know. Maybe the attitude changes when it comes to Chelsea. Maybe, because we've seen that in the past where players have these issues of not staying at clubs long term, and then they come to Chelsea, something just clicks with them, and they get this connection. So you never know. But
maybe when they get to Chelsea, the feeling is that they've arrived. And in his case, again, you could make a case for him, given that he's a Chelsea boy. That picture is heartwarming to see him as a kid, about 6 around. I'm not sure the age then, wearing a Chelsea shirt, and all that his friend shared. So maybe he's always loved Chelsea. Maybe if he comes, he's feel like, okay, he's arrived and wouldn't push for a move except if the club wants to sell him. But usually that can happen easily, because if you sign player at the price we're going for him, and maybe if he has a salary around the 250 to 300, by the time it's time to renew his contract, he'd be asking for more money. That would be thinking, okay, maybe it's felt best to sell him now, which you could argue that was why Man City had to let Raheem Sterling leave, because of his salary is going, renewing his contract would mean paying him nearly 1,000 pounds. But did I make sense there, Ty?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I want to come to you. Let me ask you the same question I asked Ty. Your thoughts on the Fofana case? Yes, we're learning. I think Ty said that his previous club before Leicester City was Saint Etienne, right?
I do not want this player. I do not want this player because of the injury question. I do not want this player.
Yeah, but let's look beyond that. Even if all of us here don't want him, that wouldn't change the club's mind. But what I want to ask you, his behavior of you could call it throwing tantrums on social media. You could say actually he's disrespecting Leicester City. He took off their name from his bio. And Ty is telling you how his liking post that talks about him joining Chelsea Football Club, and he's still contracted to
Cucurella joining
Cucurella joining Chelsea Football Club. So he's following Chelsea's progress. It's like he's looking beyond Leicester City now, but he's still contracted to them. Again, are you concerned that in the future, if a club comes to him and he feels like that club is bigger than Chelsea Football Club, he's not going to start acting the same way?
Just let you know, there's a big thunderstorm here in Phoenix. So if I automatically just go out, it's because my power went out.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Okay. Now, as far as Fofana is concerned, the temper tantrum just adds to it. He's the high price tag, the possibility of injury, the temper tantrums. Okay, so I don't want this guy. I mean, we're going to get the Cucurella guy or whatever. That's fine. I don't care. We overpaid for Cucurella, but so what? I think you might need to let me talk about Aubameyang, because I might not have that much time because of the thunderstorm. I might be kicked out of here because I might lose power. It happens a lot when you have the thunderstorm.
Yeah, I understand. No, it has happened to me too. Man.
I find it strange.
That
I find it strange that fans don't understand the situation. This is why I don't understand with the football fans. The transfer market works in a way where if you have signed a player on a 5-year deal and another club is interested, the player wants to leave, you need to pay. You're buying the player out of a club. It's not going to be 15, 20 million for the player, because that's how the business world works. You don't you can't buy a player for less when they literally signed for a club 1 year before. So people say we're overpaying. You're not gonna spend cheap on Cucurella because he just joined Brighton and he stirred up issues. He put in a transfer request. So they're going to try to get as much money out of him because they literally bought him last year. So it's not about overspending.
Okay, he's a pretty good player, so I'm not worried about overspending if he brings in the quality. Okay, I mean I'm just trying to think in terms of spending for us, but the Fofana thing, I just don't. I see there's a lot of risk, and the upside isn't as high as.
Here's the thing: if actually, from what we're hearing, Ty, that we've gone in with a 70 million or 75 million pounds bid, and it was rejected. If the club are willing
60.
to,
Isn't it 60?
how much?
65.
60, right? Not 70. Yes. Okay. So my argument is this: if we're willing to pay that much money for Fofana, which means the injury isn't a concern for the club. Because I don't think in any way in the world that is if the injury is a concern for the club, that they pay that much money for him. You get my argument, Ty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think his injury record is a concern for Chelsea in any way. If that's the case, they're not stupid enough to go up to that high. Yeah, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't think that people using the fact that injury this, you're gonna always have that risk of a player getting an injury. You can sign a player right now who is 19 years old, and then in training you hear that they have an injury and they're out for the rest of the season. There's no certainty in this world that things do not go bad. Things go bad out of nowhere. So people saying that, the price is not ideal. I'm not a fan of it. But at the same time, we cannot be expecting to be getting this player for 40 million, 30 million when he has a 5-year contract. We're literally buying him out of a club. It's not like he has 1 year left where we can save 20 million.
He was never going to come for cheap, given the length of his contract.
We're saying a high price. The price is high because we're buying the player out of the club. It's not like he has 1 year left on his contract or 2 years where you can say it's 30 million, 40 million. It's not going to be cheap. It was never going to be cheap. And the fact is, people saying that injury prone, fine. If he's had injuries, he's been unlucky with injuries. But at the same time, that does not mean that his quality is not up there. He has the leadership skills. He has the height. He has the instinct in the defense. And considering the fact that you have Koulibaly, who also speaks French, and Silva, who is a leader who will not be playing every game, and the fact that he can play in the central position of the back three, that in itself is an advantage to Silva, because that means that he won't be over-relied on as we had to last season, because Christensen, for obvious reasons, he was not of the attitude where he was not always available. So if we had to play a back three, or when we played a back three, we had to overplay players. So getting in this player is good. We're not going to just play him in like that because he needs time to be integrated in. And for the fact that he's coming back from an injury that he only played 2 weeks of last season, you're gonna have to slowly embed in him. You can't just throw him into the team and say, okay, go and do your business, because that's not realistic. But for people to continuously say that high price and things like that, it's not his fault. You can't be judging the player on the fact that.
Let me ask you this, Ty. Let me ask you this, so we can move on from that topic now. Except if we get some other panelists join us, then we'll get their opinion too. What I want to ask you is: this a deal you think we can pull off?
For Fofana?
Yeah.
It is a deal we can, because this is what Fofana has done to Leicester City, and I said it a couple of days ago. I don't respect it, but it gives Chelsea an advantage. Him doing all what he's doing means that he's pushing for the move, and what Chelsea can use, and it's probably similar to the Cucurella deal in a sense. Obviously, he has to put in a transfer request, but the fact that the player wants to leave, it gives us some bidding or negotiating stance, or it gives us an advantage, because it means that you can say that, okay, No, you want 80 million. No. We're going to give you 70 million. We're going to give you something less than what you're asking for because the player wants to leave, and you either risk having a player who is unhappy and does not want to stay at your club, or you sell him on a cheaper note and you make a compromise. So to me, we have an advantage. It's something that we can pull off, and it looks as if we're willing to do it because it's August. We Todd Bowley wants to back Tuchel, and so far he has tried to do that. He's brought in players that he wants. He's brought in players that Tuchel has spoken to. So I believe in that sense, we're going to have to spend big. We can no longer get any bargain unless we go for players like players that are from in the second division of the English leagues or the French league. There's no possibility of getting anybody cheap right now because clubs will know that we're desperate, but we have an advantage right now because the player wants to leave. He's pushing for the move. So that in itself gives us some negotiating power, and that allows us to go with Leicester City and say that no, if you want to have a player who's not happy, that's on you, but we're not going higher than 70 million. So you take it or leave it, and you keep your that's unhappy. So that gives us some advantage.
Yeah, again, thank you very much, Ty. That's why I always like to have you on the panel. And for the fact that I learned you're actually not here for the followers, but it's only fair that I ask those in the chat to go check out TyTalkzCFC. I will try to share the link to his channel myself. It's only fair that I do that because he deserves more subscriber that he has right now, given his knowledge of football, and he has some strong sources too. He understands the transfer window, how it works. But that's, by the way, again, it's looking like we're gonna get to 300 likes today. You guys, those in the chat, you guys are absolute legends and on fire. So thank you for all the likes. We are at 998 likes at this point, and we have 304 people watching. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all your love there. If Fofana refuses to play this weekend to force a move, that would be madness. I don't think he'd go to the extent of doing that because it's a very, very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. He risks being fined, his salaries, for as long as the transfer saga stretches. He's been losing money. I don't think he'd go to that extent. I think he's made his willingness to leave the club known, his willingness to join Chelsea, probably because he's made public that he had a gentleman's agreement with Leicester City. So maybe now Chelsea has come for him and has made more than enough offer, because I believe Chelsea will be talking with him so that they are in sync with the approach to Leicester City. So, but we'll see what happens. Again, I don't think he'd go to that extent. Again, that's me. I think the young will end up at Manchester City. Do they want him? No, I don't think so. I think also Man City, you could argue they've spent so much this window. I don't think they're willing to spend that much money. They're risking breaching FFP rules. Same thing, I think PSG too. But for us, I don't think we'll fall into that trap because we have new owners, and whatever they spend at this point counts. Again, they can spend quite a lot, and it still counts as investment. And they're not going to get into trouble. But that's, by the way, it says my United fans are trembling. They should, because they know quite well they spend some amount of money, and we haven't spent that much money. So we still have leeway. We still have, again, we still can spend quite a lot and not being into trouble. That's how I say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Romano give a here we go for a kind of Chukwuemeka? You could say 20 years ago, actually. And now, because if you go to the club's website, you will see an official statement, and I think we have plans to share that on the screen in a bit. The club, he's taking pictures at the club. There's an official statement. Bali have spoken of him and of the player, but all that, we'll talk about that in a bit. Please make me a mod so I can share it there. But you've shared it with your other account. Tobago, I think you have to first a panel. Ty, don't you think he has to tell us how many accounts he has? But I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I know. I'll find time and I'll do that, bro. I trust you. I was just kidding, and I hope you know that. Again, let me see if there's anything else to address here. Killer Red. This is, I think I've read this one too. I skipped quite a few. And please pardon me, I'm gonna have to, except if I see anybody I haven't said hello to. The beautiful game. Would love to see Alba do an Adebayo celebration when he scores against Arsenal. If he's bitter, there's a chance he does that. That is, if by any reason he wasn't happy the way Arsenal treated him before he departed for Barcelona, he may well do that. But some people, if he's a true professional, then his professionalism will trump the bitterness, that may be existing, or maybe that soured relationship between him and Arsenal. I think he probably wouldn't do that out of respect for the fans, because there are some Arsenal fans who didn't want him to leave, if you ask me. But that's, by the way, it depends on the individual.
We don't play Arsenal till November anyway, so we don't play Arsenal till November 5th. We don't play Arsenal until November 5th.
Oh, okay. So there's still enough time. If we bring him, there's still enough time. He gets well integrated into the team to be ready to actually score against them. I'd like him to score against them. Would I like him to celebrate when he scored against them? I would say no, again, because that's, I think you can still maintain a good relationship with the club. But every time I talk about players celebrating against their old team, David Luiz comes to mind. But I just don't want to go into that. Sorry? You remember that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you mean when he scored against us at PSG?
No, that was at Stamford Bridge, actually, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, you mean he celebrated while he was at Chelsea, or when he left Chelsea and then came
No,
out?
he left Chelsea and he played against us with PSG. I think he scored against us.
Yeah, I know that. And
then
he ran around the goal, and then he did a slide and he was celebrating and he was looking up to the air because Brazilians religious. He was celebrating.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have done that. Given actually you could say one of the biggest trophies he's won in his life was with Chelsea. That's it at this, because he hasn't won the World Cup. Anything else bigger, no. But again, that was a mistake. I think even Oscar talked about it. But that's, by the way, just cannot wait for the Young and Kante partnership. Is that possible? I haven't thought about that. But that's, by the way, let me move on. Limitless says, evening, morning, all. Nice to see you here, Limitless. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for finding time to join the conversation. Fofana wants to see the move to Chelsea happen. He sees this as an opportunity to compete in the Champions League, and the outlet affirms that the Blues are unlikely to give up. Plus, the player himself, he's Chelsea through and through. If we go by what we see in that picture, but then again, that's no guarantee. After all, Lukaku visited the stadium with his, as a tourist, and talked about his love for the club and all that. But we know the rest is history. I don't think the Young will come to Chelsea, because we have a lot. But Kante and Jorginho out of contract next. Again, I think your comment is contradictory. Faisal Asmai, I hope you're doing well. More importantly, I think he's a confident player. I don't think he'd worry about any player at the club right now benching him. He's a confident player. Those Ajax, his class of Ajax players, they're all so confident in their abilities. They're not concerned any player, keeping them out of the team. That's, by the way, once Manchester City and PSG continue to survey the player situation, the question now comes down to whether or not CFC will further attempt to test Leicester's resolve with a bigger offer. I think we're hearing actually that we're going to go back with it, and even a bigger offer. Again, we have 334 people watching, and we have 116 likes. Thank you for getting us to 100 likes as soon as possible. Let's shoot for 300, and it's only possible if you can help us get there. Limitless says hopefully some good and promising news today on Closed Deals. I hope so too. Tobago has shared the links to his channel. Please go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. So again, apologies, people. I'm going to have to scroll to the very bottom, except if I see anybody I haven't said hello to. It's Kami says, let Phantom talk about Aubameyang. I beg you. No. But look at people campaigning for Phantom to talk about. He will eventually. He will. and he knows. I just didn't let him because we're wearing.
Okay, I want to interrupt just 1 second. I'll wait.
Yes,
I'll wait till you introduce Aubameyang as a topic. But when you keep asking about Fofana or whatever other people, the other Cucurella or whatever, my answer is I don't care, and you don't get a delicious comment out of me. So you will get plenty. You will get insight. You will get delicious comments if we just go to the Aubameyang topic, because that's what I came here to do.
I know. We'll get there in a beat. Again, Abhinav says we have signed some really good players. This show's Todd Boehly is building a team for the future. And now, that's the truth. Todd wants us to win at least a silverware this season. Would be crazy if we pull it out. That begs the question. Chelsea fans have been flip-flopping here and there. You see some when we hear when we got the here we go for the Cucurella deal, they went, oh, Todd is cooking. Todd is great. And when we got the statement from Leicester City, what in the world is Todd Boehly doing? That's even the one. Again, the flip-flop is crazy. Thank goodness I haven't joined that bus. Rodrigo he has tried the most he can, but he hasn't gotten me to join that bus. Again, if I missed your comment, apologies. I'm going to come to you in a beat. Jazzy D says Aubameyang would be a wonderful addition. Hope we'll get him. I hope so too. And how are you doing? If this is your first time, please do subscribe to the channel. Del, okay, he's talking to somebody here. I'm not sure. Glenn, are you writing in French now or Spanish? What if we go for Saliba and leave Fofana? No, I want to, for obvious reasons, to get Fofana. I don't know Saliba that well. Again, I have to be honest with you. I cannot pretend I know him. If it's better, I don't know. Again, Simon Johnson, this is not the first time CFC have been keen on Aubameyang. For example, he was a Lampard target in January 2020. Okay, we didn't get Anthony Ajax.
We back him. We give him Timo Werner.
Oh, so he preferred. Are you arguing that he preferred Timo Werner?
No, he preferred Aubameyang, but we
wanted Aubameyang, and then he wanted, and then after that, Aubameyang signed a contract extension in the summer after they won the FA Cup.
Wait, let me get this. You're saying Lampard wanted Aubameyang?
Yes, correct.
Yes, because remember that's when the transfer ban was lifted in January. Well, right before January. And that's when people say we didn't make any signings after we got the transfer ban lifted. But we wanted players, and then we signed Ziyech in February. And we signed them and then loaned them back. And then he came, and it was announced in February. So Lampard wanted Aubameyang, and then that same year he signed an extension with Arsenal. So we didn't back him with the player that he wanted. We gave him Timo Werner. I didn't want Timo Werner. He was only there to persuade Timo Werner to come to the club.
Okay, just quickly, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom of everything we have here. Again, that's just the reason I'm doing that is just to make sure whatever I'm reading is aligned with the topic we're talking about. Right now, we're talking about Fofana, and there's a chance I skip quite a lot. He's now 33. I'm not sure who you're talking about right there. Shisal, I hope you're doing well. Again, nice to see you here. Thank you very much for finding the time to join us. Dougie G says, don't want Fofana. That's better. There are, better options. It's your thought. But how about, Dougie G, let me ask you this. How about us that we've been calling for the manager to be backed, and it's looking like really, Todd Boehly really wants to get the manager the players he wants. Because if that isn't the case, why have we actually put in a bid of up to 60 million for Fofana, given some people being concerned that he's injury prone and all that? It just shows that they are willing to pay the money to get to help the manager get the players he wants. So again, Cucurella, I'm not concerned. Players come and go. Put 150 million release clause on his contract. Yeah, that's the truth. Again, I guess he's referring to me being concerned that Wesley Fofana in 2 years, maybe if he wants to join a bigger club, will start throwing temper tantrums like he's doing right now. Again, I think you make a good argument there. I wouldn't mind Alba or Depay at Chelsea with Fofana, because I know that FDJ deal it's difficult. Says Matthew Lee Benjamin, big up, brother. Nice to have you in the chat. Again, like I said, I'm going to skip quite a few to get to the bottom of what we have there already. Or maybe just go ahead as they're talking. I can try to highlight every comment, but it will be difficult because the chat is right now on fire. Again, people, we have 320 people watching and we have 129 likes. We're shooting for 300 likes, and it's only possible with you agreeing that we can do that. So if you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I know you've talked about Fofana, Phantom. I'm going to get IBZ to come in. Then after that, I'll start you with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So maybe you're happy. IBZ, welcome to the panel, brother. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. How are you all doing?
I can't complain, brother. I can't complain. I cannot speak for others, other panelists, but I believe they're fine. Otherwise, they should say something.
What did
you say, Ty?
Boatarji.
Sorry?
Boatarji.
Okay, what does that mean?
Good. It means good afternoon in Portuguese.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. If you can say a good afternoon, if you can say hello to people in any other language here, say it. We're family here. I thank you, Ty, for saying that. So IBZ.
I'll remember that one.
Yeah, Boataji. Maybe he will teach me. IBZ, the question I have for you, we're here in the Leicester City. We put in a bid of 16 million and they rejected it. Again, it looks like we really want the player because the manager wants him. And we've argued, given I think that his injury record, you could argue, isn't a concern for the club. They really want to get him, maybe because the manager wants him and because truly they want to back the manager. Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's a sign that we're going to overpay for the player? And do you think we'll be able to, get the deal across the line?
Yeah and no. No, because obviously everyone knows my obvious concerns of why we ain't getting nothing over the line. But obviously the overprice is too much money. Leicester are no pressure to sell, as we might think they are. It's 60 million. That means we really rate this guy. We're going to spend 60 million. They rejected it, so that means we're going to have to go. If we really want him, we're going to go for another offer. It could look like a Harry Maguire. It could look like that. We might pay more than what United paid for Maguire.
And it's easy to draw that comparison because he's from Chelsea. He's from Leicester City.
Yeah, we might pay more than
for the poor lad.
No, to who? To Maguire?
No, Fofana. You just compared him to Maguire. When he was
I don't think that's what he did, Ty.
Ty knows what I said. Don't try that, Ty. Don't try that shit. You know what I'm trying to say.
He's counter-attacking you.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I know, brother. What I'm saying is, like they will hold the cards to the chest, innit? They don't need to sell. They do in terms of bringing like money reinvestment, but they don't need to sell like that. They're not in no pressure. He's in there to 2027. Is it 2027, 2026? So that's a long time. And we're going to have to buy out that contract plus the valuation they have on him. So that is looking at excess from 80 to 100 to 120 million in add-ons. Don't be surprised. Now, if Chelsea prepared to splash that money, well, considering the way we're moving, we're just moving like football manager at this point. So I think we'll get him, but obviously the price would be mind-boggling considering the panic situation that we're in. His injury concerns don't really bother me because I believe in good physios. I believe physios, sports scientists, all of those people can help you in making sure a recurrent injury doesn't come again. And I believe we have good physios to do that for him. It's just the price that. And the time it will take, because when the price will come, but when he comes, people will expect that price to be justified in that window. But not knowing that, I would expect that price to be justified in the next 5 years. I won't expect any justification of a fee if I buy Wesley Fofana at the age of 21 now. So we just wait and see. I don't want it to be a situation where we're twerking for him like Koundé. So if it looks like we're not in for him, we should just pull out and go for someone else. And we'll see how we go. But Wesley Fofana, I'll take that, man. Good, young, hungry, fast. He's actually really good. And
so you like the player?
Oh yeah, I like him. He's proven 100%. I like him. But if for the sake of development, yeah, I'll rather him stay at Leicester and just developing it. For the sake of development of these footballers, isn't it? But
I think he's developed enough. I think there's no better place to develop than at Chelsea Football Club.
I hear you. That's not wrong. But at the same time, there's less pressure. When you come to Chelsea, there's an automatic pressure. Your position, winning, all of that. And you don't really necessarily have that at Leicester. So the pressure around yourself to just play your football and not worry about external situations helps the cause if you're at a club like Leicester as opposed to Chelsea. So, I mean, if he's a good player, he's always going to be a good player then. If he's a good player now, he'll be a good player in the future. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we can get over the line. Season starts tomorrow. We play on Saturday. We ain't got time. What if anything happens? What if...
If he comes, it's not going to play Saturday. You know that already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not, anyone we sign now ain't playing on Saturday. Yeah. Anyone we sign, hell, they probably won't even play the next Premier League game. But I will expect anything to be done very quickly so that we can have players integrated. You know what I mean? And get him in. I heard, obviously, this might be another topic you might raise, but I heard Chukwuemeka is actually not going on loan. He's actually a first teamer, which is going to be
he's not. I told you that yesterday, and you thought I was joking.
Yeah,
I told you. Here's the thing. When I knew seriously that he was going to stay, these factors. First of all, the price tag, 20 million. You can't pay that, bring in a player, and then send them out to the loan. Yeah. It's a huge risk. What if the club that he goes on loan to, because here's the thing about sending a player on loan. If the club have a better player, the priority will be, have any player good enough, their priority would be to develop their own player. You'd have to be in an exceptional form for you to go out on loan to a club, then they drop their own player to the bench and play you.
It was Todd Bowley's comments that kind of threw me. He goes, "Oh, we're not loaning this guy.
Yeah,
this not going
and the selling point was that he's going to be part of the first team. That was the selling point because AC Milan promised him the same thing too.
Yeah. I heard like Todd goes, he's just the most promising teenager in the whole of Europe.
Yeah,
Todd, is that what you're saying, brother? All right, cool. I'm interested to see how Thomas Tuchel will integrate this under 20-year-old in our squad as a first teamer. It will be interesting. I didn't have a thought for it, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man.
Phantom, you wanted to say something about that?
About Aubameyang?
No. No, Aubameyang is in a minute. Aubameyang is in a minute. You want to say? I thought you wanted to say something about Chukwuemeka.
I'm just waiting because I don't care about Fofana. I really don't.
Okay, we'll get there in a bit. We'll get there in a minute or two. But trust me, bro, you know that. Aubameyang, you start the topic for us. Ty, coming back to you. What do you think about this comparison of Saliba and Fofana? If I ask you that question, which of them do you think is really better? And do they play in the same position? I don't know Saliba that well. And by the way, before Ty comes in, we have 302 people watching. If you haven't, please take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I see Steve Chelsea there. I don't know how soon I can get to your comment, but once we switch the topic to Aubameyang, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom because we don't want to be going back and forth on a particular topic. So Ty, go ahead on Saliba and Fofana. Ty, do we have you there? All right. It looks like... Okay,
Saliba and Fofana, there is a similarity and there's also a difference. Saliba can play as a right back, so probably the better comparison would have been in the case of Koundé and Saliba and not Fofana, because Fofana is more like a player that plays mostly or really his specialty is playing on the left in the center and on the right in the back three. So I think maybe the comparison in terms of versatility is different. The similarities, though, is that, I mean, both of them are French, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in that sense, you have one who's gone on loan. To a club where I think Fofana actually was signed from Leicester City from. I may be wrong. I don't remember what club Saliba went on loan to, but he has that he has a good concentration. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I mean, he did make some mistakes before he went on loan, but he's improved a bit more. I mean, he was called up for France as well. So I guess in that sense, he's been doing all things that are positive. So I guess in that sense, I can understand people making a comparison, but at the same time, I think right now Saliba is too early to tell for him because he hasn't really played in the Premier League yet. And maybe then you can make that comparison. But for me, I guess you may look at the fact that if you went for a Saliba, it'll be cheaper. But I don't know if Arsenal would even sell him because Arteta is saying that he's in his plan. So I don't even think that would be possible.
How long does he have on his contract?
I think it expires in 2024 or something like that. I was looking at it.
So 2 years left.
Don't take my word for it. I think I think that's where it was, but I think he got an extension, so maybe it's longer.
It's probably longer, but I don't think Arsenal also would be willing to sell him to us.
Yeah.
So George Jimena says, since Kasper Schmeichel left Leicester City, do you really think that we can pull off a deal for Fofana? They still want more money to sign players. They don't have enough. That's Ty. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and who would say no to 100 and up to potentially 100 million plus?
I don't think anybody would do that. Yeah, and I want to say big up to my brother. I call him cousin because I trust him. He surprised me. Again, I think you could say, I could argue he represented the Chelsea community when I lost my dad and my uncle within the span of 2 months. Steve Chelsea was there during my dad's burial and everything. That was the first time I met him face to face. I couldn't believe he'd make it. I thought he was joking, but he made it to my place, my village proper. He was there. Thank you. I will never forget that, brother. I owe you a lot. But more importantly, thank you for joining the conversation right now. I appreciate you finding time to join. Mataraj Mahala says the young Fofana and the forward striker can change the game for us this season. But Chelsea is working on it, but the rival clubs are trying to, extract maximum juice by holding up the kill. Again, this comment, it's like, it qualifies as a delicious comment just because of the way you phrase it. I love that. Let me say here, it says the pay would be new Diego Costa. No, I don't think it even close. If you say maybe he'd be the next Jay-Z, I say, okay, yeah, maybe. Because I think he pays attention to rapping more than he pays attention to football. Again, here we have a TyTalkzCFC's YouTube channel. Ty, don't get mad at me. I know you said you told me, and I know you meant it. He's not here, to find subscribers, but he's worth it. Given his contributions to the growth of this channel, it's only worth it that you go check out TyTalkzCFC. Please do me that favor. I'd really appreciate it. We're close friends because of his sincerity, and we've become brothers overall. Here is the link to his channel. Go there, check it out, subscribe. Do let him know I sent you. I'd really appreciate that. Also, do the same for Phantom of Many Topics. He will share the links to his channel very soon. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you so that whenever I meet him, he buys me some beer to enjoy. But that's, by the way, again, it's not about the beer. It's because he's a nice person and we've become friends overall. But that's, by the way, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. So we switch topic. I don't want Phantom to start a fight here. Chelsea Till I Die says the young and Alba would be good because Alba likes to run behind the shoulders, and the young can find the passes, some longer range passes from the young. He's getting that. But that's, by the way, like I said, the chat is on fire. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom right now, and I'm going to say, as I do that, say hello to Kobe, hello to Supreme Court, because I haven't said hello to you guys. Apologies, but I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I've said that like a million times, but I will try to read your subsequent contributions. So thank you very much. Again, if you haven't, 325 people watching, and 129 likes. I think if you haven't, please take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go to Phantom. Phantom, you tell me what you think about Chelsea's pursuit of your brother, or maybe I don't know how you guys are related, cousin maybe. Pierre-Emerick, I can't say his first name correctly. Actually, let me just say Aubameyang. Your thoughts? I want to know.
I've been wanting Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang since Lampard was the coach. Lampard was trying to go get him, and we didn't get him. I looked at the records. Tuchel's first year with Dortmund, Aubameyang scored 25. Second year with Dortmund, 31. When Tuchel left, he only scored 16. So,
sorry, can you walk us through that again?
Yes, Tuchel's first season with Dortmund, Aubameyang scores 25. Second year, when Tuchel was there, he scores 31. Tuchel leaves Dortmund, and Aubameyang drops down to 16 goals, and then later on gets traded to Arsenal.
So your argument right there for those statistics is that Tuchel is his wand. Okay,
Tuchel, I haven't seen Tuchel be able to get a striker to score, but we do know that Aubameyang can score under the Tuchel system. So why not get the one guy that we know? I mean, Aubameyang may be even better than Lewandowski coming to Chelsea, because Tuchel knows Aubameyang inside and out. And you know, like you guys wanted Dembele because he worked under Tuchel before. Well, Aubameyang worked under Tuchel before, and he doesn't have the racist issues. So this is a perfect man. Okay, I'm telling you, you get Aubameyang before September 10th, I will root for Chelsea against Fulham. I'll come back off loan for for that.
Do you want Aubameyang
for you? Entering test coming for you.
Yeah. You know what? It will be a test, because if we don't, I'll put it right now. If we don't get Aubameyang, I'm probably at Fulham for the entire season. I can't see why I would even come back to Chelsea unless we picked up Aubameyang in the January transfer window. The two people I said I'd come back off Fulham for is Lewandowski and Aubameyang. I'll come back, and I'm not even going to wear that Fulham shirt even on the Fulham game day if Aubameyang is the starting striker for Chelsea on September 10th at Craven Cottage.
That may well happen, and you'll be surprised.
I'm going to counter you.
Go ahead, Ty.
What is this talk? What is this talk about Aubameyang has scored under Tuchel's system? Is it the same system?
Aubameyang,
but does it really matter, Ty?
No. This is what he's saying. I mean, I don't know if he was trying to indicate that.
I think overall, the point is he's played under Thomas Tuchel and he's done well under Thomas Tuchel. I don't think it's about the system. He can let us know.
He made reference to that. That is what I'm saying. He said that about Aubameyang and he has done well on the Tuchel system. So I'm asking, is the system the same system?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not clearly. It's not.
Look what he done at Arsenal.
Before
he done at Arsenal.
Yeah,
that's what I have to say.
And he countered. He what you call it? I'm not going to use the word that declared on himself in public with. He contradicted himself when he said that he has not seen Tuchel get the best out of it. I'm just paraphrasing what he said, because I don't remember the word for word what he said. He has never seen ever since Tuchel came to Chelsea. He hasn't seen him gotten a striker to score that level of amount of goals. So in that sense, are you saying that if Aubameyang comes in, because he's worked with Tuchel before, he's gonna get the best out of him again? Because we've seen
absolutely. Because
what about Pulisic?
No. Because in sabermetrics we have a stat called wins above replacement. Wins above replacement, and his replacement is Lukaku. 8 Premier League goals. So if Aubameyang scores 9, it's a victory. It's a victory. If Aubameyang comes and scores 9, it's a victory. But
I think let's move beyond that argument. I think overall what I get from your argument is that I think he does well under Thomas Tuchel. It's as simple as that. But I know
There's
where
no
Ty is
guarantee of
taking
that.
that
There's no
argument
guarantee
to.
of that.
There's no guarantee either. That's the truth. Because again, but I think the risk is less. While I'm not into Premier League proven argument, he did well in the Premier League for Arsenal his first season or so. I think he scored 20 goals plus. But two factors do come into play that make you think, okay, he do well under us. He's experienced also. He's played under, not even two factors. He's experienced. He's played under Thomas Tuchel. He's shown that he can do it in the Premier League. That's three factors now that I mentioned. And I think he's a fine finisher on his day. He hasn't actually lost that pace that much. But so that's four factors right now. So it's a lot less. I'll take him anytime, any day over Lewandowski because he can still press more than Lewandowski can. And again, we all see things from different lenses. Again, let's see. Maybe someone else, Let's see whatever anybody else have to say. Again, Chelsea fan, you come in your thoughts about Aubameyang. Do you think we want him or do you think we don't want him? Whatever your choice is, you let us know the reason so we can move on to other topics.
Yeah.
And before Chelsea fan comes in, if you haven't, we have 289 people watching and we have 169 likes. If you haven't, please take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. And like I've said, we can actually get to 300 likes a day, but we can only do that only if you keep liking the video. Only if you feel like we can do that. Go ahead, Chelsea fan, tell us, let us know your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I know you really love Aubameyang so much, yeah. Like us guys said, like about Pulisic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Dortmund, right, when Tuchel was there, right. Since Tuchel comes back for Chelsea, Pulisic's at Chelsea, what's Pulisic done? What's Tuchel done for Pulisic when he's at Chelsea? Nothing. Aubameyang.
I never got to say that though. I never got to about that too.
Aubameyang is dropped.
So Ty, you wanted to say that too?
No, it was good. I brought up Pulisic's name because of the fact that he's saying that he worked.
Okay, yeah, you can't. I mean, when Chelsea fan is done, you can elaborate on that. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Chelsea fan.
Right, the thing is, yeah, you said about Aubameyang with Tuchel at both Dortmund fan, yeah, it's done all such. Yeah, he has done, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Soon he went to Arsenal, he was a drop. He did do nothing at Arsenal. That's why they got rid of him. He was all attitude when he was at Arsenal. Can you
I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah.
Let him land.
I'll let him land on that.
I know you disagree. No, I know you disagree on what we're on, but you ain't let me finish what I say. We've seen with Lewandowski and Aubameyang, they're totally different strikers, yeah. And Lewandowski's got fight like really physically, and he could score goals from any certain way he plays. Aubameyang, if he came to Chelsea, he ain't gonna be a top striker for us. He's not gonna. Might score a few goals, but the thing is, how many goals did he score for Arsenal when he was at Arsenal? He didn't even score much goals when he was at Arsenal.
I'm gonna bring up his stats. Go ahead.
Yeah.
22 goals in back-to-back seasons.
It was a golden boot winner. Top goal scorer.
Yeah,
Lampard. When we got
that is true.
At the FA.
Yeah, let him finish. Go ahead, Chelsea fan. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah. That was that one season. He had that one good season.
Not that one season. It was
2 seasons,
but
not one season. Back-to-back, 22 goals.
What?
19 and 1920, 22 goals.
What I said, 18, 19, and 2020, yeah? Well, we're now in 2022, yeah? So, the last 2 seasons before then, just now, when he was at Arsenal, how many goals did he score? He only scored
at Chelsea, the number 9 position needs to score 9 goals to beat the wins above replacement.
Don't worry, guys. I am looking for the receipt. Let him finish. Don't make it a fight. Let him finish. I'm looking for the receipt.
I know what you're trying to say.
Go ahead. That's why we're here. That's why we have a show. You have your argument, counter argument. So go ahead.
I know everyone has different agreements, but I could like you say with Tuchel with Aubameyang with both Dortmund. I'm telling you for a fact now, yeah, Aubameyang, yeah, will do nothing out of the Premier League. He's not good enough in the Premier League. It's totally. People have agreed with. Yes, he was the Golden Boot winner. He did such, yeah. But last season, before we was at Arsenal, he didn't hardly get played on the fucking pitch when Marc Arteta was there. He subbed him on about what
language, bro, language.
Oh, so my friend.
No worries,
Yeah,
no worries. You're good. I
yeah.
haven't told you that before.
So yeah, he did not get played. He was always on the bench. Yeah, it was always like a set, or if it was like that, like that season before that. That's why Arsenal sold him to Barcelona, because with his attitude, he weren't getting played as much as at Arsenal year season before that. But I see where fans coming from. If Aubameyang does come to Chelsea, yeah, I don't see him like Tuchel will do what Pulisic did, what Aubameyang would do.
All right, I get your argument. See how we're going to take it now. IBZ wanted to come at you. He has a response. It's not a fight. I hope you understand, Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I know it's not a fight. I know it's not a fight.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I understand. That's why I love you, bro. Ty wanted to say something about Christian Pulisic. I'm going to bring in Ty, then IBZ will come in with his full response. But before I do that, I want us to look at his numbers here. And that's why I told you I'm going to get the receipt. And we still have 277 people watching, and we have 194 likes. It's looking like we're getting to 300 likes a day. So if you haven't, please take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thank you for all the love. I think in a few days, actually, I'm confident we will get to 6,000 subscribers, and it's all because of you. And like I've always said, I owe you guys a big giveaway, and I'm not going to disappoint. If you follow this channel long enough, you know it's not a joke. Again, the poll that says, do you think Fofana would join Chelsea? 69% says yes, and 31% says no. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to close that one because I want to ask another poll here. So look at his numbers in La Liga since he joined Barcelona. He's played 17 games. Scored again. Was this last year Europa League? Yeah, in 2 goals in Europa League. In 6 matches, 11 goals in La Liga. Right, 17 matches. That's not bad. Then let's bring it to Arsenal. What year did he join Arsenal again? 17-18, right? Is that correct? So in 17-18, 13 games. 10 goals, 4 assists, and he's good at assisting too. In 18-19, 36 games, 22 goals, 5 assists. 2019-2020, 22 goals, also in 36 games, 3 assists. Again, in 2020-2021, 10 goals, 3 assists. Again, you can't say his numbers are bad. I think the numbers started dropping the moment he started feeling like he isn't welcome at Arsenal. That you can argue that was the case. He's a fine finisher anytime I need it. If you can get the ball to him, again, you can say, let me just be safe here. 7 times out of 10, he put it into the back of the net. But that's by the way. So I'm going to get Ty's response regarding what he said about working with Thomas Tuchel. Then IBZ comes in and finishes that. So his numbers in the Premier League are actually brilliant. It started dropping at one point, but I don't think that it was his fault. But Ty, you can come in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
I can hear you, bro.
For me, this is okay. So for me, what the point I was trying to make is that yes, Aubameyang had some wonderful stats under Tuchel as well. I guess what I can disagree with what I was saying before is that like when he came to Arsenal, he did nothing. He actually did well. I mean, he broke Chelsea's heart in terms of the FA Cup, so he did do some good things. I mean, he scored some goals against us as well, so he's done good since Arsenal. The narrative that I cannot agree with is the fact that he worked with Tuchel, so if he comes back, it would be a seamless partnership again. That is not necessary. That's not true, because Tuchel, when he was at Dortmund, that was his 2nd job in management. He's not his 4th job in management. He has developed further. His systems have evolved. We've seen that Aubameyang has played as a forward. He's played wide as well. That in itself makes him a good profile for Tuchel. But at the same time, I can't agree with the narrative that, because he worked with him, that he's going to be coming back under his management and do well again. There's no guarantee of that. Now, the point I was making about Pulisic is the fact that when we were linked with Tuchel, when Tuchel initially came in, the media was saying this. A lot of fans were saying is that, okay, this will benefit Pulisic. This will make Pulisic come back to some level of confidence because he's working with a manager that trusted him, gave him a couple games here at a very young age. So I cannot agree with the narrative that, because he worked with him in the past, that's the case. Also, the system has changed. We don't use a target man, and I don't really see Aubameyang as a target man.
No, Ty, wait. This time, let me counter you. Aubameyang, you could argue he's more than just a target man. Did you see his assist numbers? He can play as a high. He's not really a traditional number 9.
Did you hear what I said, though?
Perfect.
Did you hear what I said, though?
You're saying something about we don't need a target man. Did I miscounter you? Okay, my
yes,
counter
did.
didn't work.
Yes,
okay,
you
go
did.
ahead,
Yes,
Ty.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. No, I know.
I'm saying that I don't really see Aubameyang as a target man.
Wow, it's
and
nice to see Chelsea fan fighting for Ty. But Ty, go ahead.
And the thing is, the next thing that you just said that I was about to say is that his assist. That's what I'm saying. I don't really see him as a target man.
Go ahead, brother. Again, Ty, apologies if I misquote you, if I miscountered you, so to speak.
Yeah. So for me, what I'm saying is that with Aubameyang, he can create as well. He can get assists, and he works well. He can link up well. So those are good indications. But what I'm saying is that you cannot use it as to say that a pro to him coming to Chelsea, if it happens, is that because he worked with Tuchel, he can work seamlessly again, and he's going to work because Tuchel's system is not the same that it was at Dortmund. We've seen that at PSG, he became flexible with his system. And I mean, that Dominic did that as well. But we've seen that he utilizes the attack differently. The approach to it is different. He worked the ball into the box most of the time, and then maybe an overlapping pass centrally, and then you see whoever's in the central do a sprint into the box and finish it. So I think in that sense, it's not the same. And I mean, what I've seen of Aubameyang at Barcelona so far is that although he's 33, if I'm not mistaken, he does have that pace still. But will Tuchel utilize him in the same way that initially when he was at Dortmund under his management, he tried to get the best out of him? Will he do that? That is my question, because I'm not really sure. He like Broha, because Broha can play as a wide player, and ever since he's been in the academy, he's known to be a centre forward and a wide forward or inside winger, or whatever you want to use as a terminology. So I think maybe that is why it probably works with Aubameyang as well. But I don't think the system is the same to say that he's worked well on and has thrived on the Tuchel system, because the system has changed. The system at Chelsea is not the same system that is at PSG, because the personnel is different. At Dortmund, he had other players as well. I mean, Dembele was mentioned as well. Pulisic was also there as well. And I mean, he just about missed Batshuayi, I think. So I think in that sense, there are factors that I cannot agree with to say that the system will get Aubameyang to score goals that he was probably scoring at Arsenal for a few seasons, and let him hit the highest form. I can't agree with that. But I mean, if Aubameyang comes in, the price has to be right, because I don't want us to be spending so much on a player that had the issues.
I will spend 60 million to bring in Aubameyang.
And let me just say, this
how much? How much?
60 million. 60.
But you're looking for trouble. Please let's
it's worth 5 mil. It's worth 5 mil.
Let's let Ty finish, please. Ty, go ahead with what you're saying, brother. Go ahead, Ty.
This is my final sentence. The point I'm making is that even with that, I mean, Aubameyang himself has issues because he fell out with Arteta. People say that he was mistreated by Arteta. Yes, he was in a sense done badly at Arsenal by that. But the factors that led to it, he was stripped of his captaincy, because I remember he was the captain, and then I think it was because he came late to something or some. I don't remember. So I think it was something about him coming late to training or a game. I don't remember what it is. And then the relationship went sour. Arteta started to badmouth him. He started to say bad things about him, and I mean,
publicly.
Publicly. So I mean, Aubameyang is not in terms of the a player who doesn't come with baggage in terms of he could quite easily have issues and we know that Tuchel loves to see his players being on time for training. So I'm not really sure about the attitude that he has in terms of showing up on time. So there are also factors, but like with everything in life, there are pros and there are cons. He's a good finisher, and I think if he comes in, he can be that wide player, and it doesn't limit or omit Broha's opportunities because he can play wide. Broha can play wide as well, and he can come central. And for me, that still allows us to play a false nine system where we look more fluid than rather having a target man like we had with Lukaku, a Tammy Abraham, or in some cases a Giroud.
Right. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to catch up with the chat. IBZ, if you don't mind, just quickly, because the chat is really on fire, and I can't thank them enough for all their contributions. But I will apologize in advance. There's no way I can get to everybody's contributions because we enjoy, reading what the fans has to say. Sometimes if it is delicious enough, we'll talk about it here. Again, I appreciate all the contributions, but I can't read everybody's, comments. I will skip to the very bottom. If I find anything as I'm scrolling down, I will try to read it. I'll come back to IBZ to give his thoughts. He wanted to respond to what Chelsea fan had to say. Then I'll bring in to Declare, who I believe probably is here for the fight. But we'll see what happens. Ghost of Valhalla says there's a reason why Man U and all the big teams doesn't want Ronaldo. Okay, again, right now we're talking about Aubameyang. That makes sense. And got to be more open-minded. Again, let me stick Aubameyang comments. Maybe I'd have to scroll to the very bottom. Apologies if I, go beyond, if I scroll beyond your contribution in the chat. Forgive me, I can't read everything. If I try to read everything in the chat, would end up, just reading everything or the only stuff with your contributions, and we're not going to be able to discuss any of them. Ghost of Valhalla, okay, lucky for you, I found your Aubameyang comment there. He says, does the speaker even understand that Auba offers more than just a target man? He understands that. It was I that misquoted, that I mistargeted. Like he says, he counters, and maybe I countered him the wrong way, and you picked up from that. Xavi played him alongside Lewa in Barca. He played with Lacazette too. Yeah, I think the speaker knows that. It was my mistake, and Ty apologies for that again. Still, I finished him with the problem in our last game. Get me over. Sorry?
There's something that I don't appreciate, and it keeps happening every time I come on to the channel, and I don't appreciate it, is that every time I see something and people disagree with it, they say, oh, he's waffling. Oh, he's a madman. I mean, if you disagree with me,
don't pay attention to it. That's why you're a panelist. Those things will happen anytime, any day. Let me just say this quickly. I wasn't on Sadiq's channel, and somebody in the chat say that Chelsea perspective is trash, something like that, or shut up Chelsea perspective. And somebody sent me an email and say, look at that. I said, forget it. I don't care, really. You're a panelist, so those things will come to you every now and then if you know. If Ball sells Pulisic, he's got balls of vibranium. Again, Glenn, please don't do that again. I don't want to talk about that. If we have more options forward, and he cannot even as a target man, he guarantees us goals, him over Lukaku. Oh, yeah, I'm like that too. Says, man, Pulisic is staying. Pulisic is still, still come back again. Some faster player like Starling. We'll see what happens. Auba will be a signing like Giroud. He understands the EPL and his experience. It remains to be seen whether the manager wants him. There's no way to tell. Maybe, but maybe the rumors are true. We'll find out. Maybe Pulisic should get, again, we're not talking about Pulisic here, but I respect the Kingslayer. Maybe Pulisic should get some of the vibranium. Maybe that's the case. We always agree on deal with club without personal terms. We'll see that. Chelsea perspective, block this. No, I think the bot is doing the job himself. That's why you see it being deleted. I don't. Again, it has led to me mistakenly highlighting one of them the other day. I had to blot that aspect out. But I think the bot makes it easier. By the time I get to it, it's been blocked already. Again, I'm going to skip this. Welcome to CFC. Naked was insane. And thank you for saying that, my Niger brother and Igbo brother too. Barca have offered the young Aubameyang and Depay to us. we can't get them all, especially the Depay. I don't want that player. He's more of a rapper than he is a footballer, and I think he prefers his music career over football. But FDJ wants to stay at Barcelona to get a Fofana and announce Cucurella. Okay, and sign Alba. Maybe you would be able to do that. Why did they? You know why? I don't know. I'm not sure who you're referring to. Arsenal sold him because he fell out with the manager. Yep, we've all talked about that, and Ty did talk about that too. Tuchel never had an issue with him, with his, with his discipline. He has always been a prolific goal scorer, and that hasn't changed. He still has space, even though he's 33. If Tuchel wants Aubameyang, we should be bringing him into the football club. Just want Tuchel back. That's the argument there. Chelsea all the way. Cucurella, do you know it's possible to sign 50 million players for less than 200 million? Yeah, even less. Again, the player doesn't have to be, knowing what right for to guarantee that they're talented or they will work with your team. Yes, there is. Last Chelsea will be one of the best in the transfer market. I still believe that. Right now, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. IBZ, you can now come in, brother. Your thoughts, your response, the response you wanted to give to Chelsea fan before I bring in the Clyde.
I don't know. I just wanted to correct him on when he said he didn't do nothing at Arsenal. The decline of Aubameyang really, really started, if you look at it, when he signed that new deal. That's when he kind of flopped. Before that new deal, he was on fire. And it was when that new deal came, he kind of just went under the water. His attitude towards the game is questionable. Obviously, he missed training. On 2 occasions, he was reprimanded because of that. Obviously, the first time he did it, he was dropped for a game. The second time he did it, he was stripped of the captaincy. Obviously, with the latter, being a COVID situation when he was supposed to go see his mum. When he came back, it took longer than he expected, and that created.
That's what he told us, right?
And that was the snowball effect of his departure. So that was the reason, obviously, for the decline. I believe, other than that, there would have been a problem. But his discipline towards the game is something that I don't think we can take, and I don't want him. His ability is.
Has that occurred more than once? Isn't just the Arsenal?
No, it's not just once at Arsenal. I don't know what his disciplinary record was at Dortmund, but what I do recall Tuchel saying was, if training is at 11:30, you got to tell Aubameyang training is at 11 o'clock, because of the situation he has with his timekeeping. So there's a track record there in which I don't really believe that will be sustainable for us at his age, knowing that. Obviously, the ability for him to score goals, I don't question, because he can do it. He did it as soon as he touched down at Barcelona, scored on his debut. So, he knows how to do it. It's not that. It's the package that comes with. So, I think we should maybe look away from him. I don't know why we're linked. I'm desensitized by this transfer window now. Nothing moves me. If you tell me that Messi and Ronaldo are coming to sign tomorrow in medical, it still will not move me. I am not. I am desensitized. So when I saw the Aubameyang,
I'm surprised. You of all people that have called for the club to get in an attacker.
Yeah. But at this point, I'm desensitized because I called for an attacker all the way in June when the English transfer window was open, and I called for Sos to just go out and get Benjamin Sesko, and that'll be it. That was just my dream. I've been saying it, but obviously that's my dream. Not all dreams work.
So you'd rather Benjamin Sesko over Aubameyang?
Yeah. I don't want a short-term fix unless it's Ronaldo. You're not Ronaldo, so yeah. That's just me, innit?
Let me ask you this again while I'm still with you. Do you think we have enough experience in the front line, in our front line?
No, we don't. We don't have enough experience.
So how do we solve that issue? Wouldn't it be?
But we also haven't got the minerals to get these 2 targets over the line, or else we won't be linked with Aubameyang in August the 4th. 2022, we will not be linked to Aubameyang if we had the minerals to get strikers or get the identified targets over the line before now. Why are we linked with Aubameyang when we could have got an attacker from Quebec? Why is this? The guy's playing FM. The guy's playing Football Manager in front of our eyes, which is cool. Let him just do his thing, but we just have to know that It's going to be a slow process. So if it's Aubameyang, I don't want him. I think he's done his thing. He's done his thing. He's 33. I need young and older hungry players. If I'm really going to be realistic and I'm going to be progressive, if I'm going to stick to the same transfer strategy we've kind of been doing of recent, of signing young players, I'll rather sign a young first-team striker. I don't see reason why not. And I don't mind an 18, 19-year-old with Broha. I really don't mind it if we're going to be on this rebuilding thing. But I wouldn't want Aubameyang. I'm not saying his ability to score goals is not going to be there. I think he will score goals. But I just believe that you might have a situation where we got a training situation, or Aubameyang has done this, and I think it'll be very distasteful, and I wouldn't want to see that. It's just the baggage he may bring with him, and he can't afford to do that at Barcelona because he's probably around creamers. He's going to be around Lewandowski. You can't be doing what you were doing at Arsenal at Barcelona. You look like a clown, mate. So, just keep him where he is.
It's a difficult one. Again, here's one thing I like. Your sincerity is what I like. Even though you don't want him, you agreed that actually he did well in the Premier League. Much respect.
Messed up when he just did it. Obviously, you could argue that Arsenal, which I was advocating to my Arsenal friends, but they were telling me to mind my business or stick to Chelsea situations. I said, okay, no problem. I advocated at the season when he put us and Man City to the sword for you to win the FA Cup. You guys should have cashed in on him. When you cash in on him, you bring another striker, and then you won't be here where you are. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you're here right now. You let him go for free, and then now he's.
There's some good news for you. I know you like Benjamin Sesko. In Aubameyang's case, at this point, but it's just an inquiry. We've also inquired about Benjamin Sesko, and
when I saw his picture for Fabrizio Romano, I was like, oh my God, there we go again. Like, really, are we looking at Aubameyang? But it is what it is, I guess. I guess this is the situation we find ourselves.
Yeah. Ty, before I come to you.
Ain't Man United linked with that Sissoko though?
Yeah, but they've pulled out. I heard they've abandoned their pursuit of the player. But despite, good question there, but I don't think they're interested anymore. Even Anthony of Ajax, they've given up the pursuit of the player. I don't know why. Maybe it's just all nonsense. I can't say. It's just what I read. There's no way to confirm if in fact it is the truth. But that's, by the way, 220 people watching, and we have 221 likes. It looks like this is the day we break that record. It looks like this is the day we get to 300 likes for the first time on a single stream on this channel. Please keep liking the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. More importantly, I have to say thank you for 225 likes. I'd be ungrateful if I don't thank you for that. You guys are absolute legends. So kudos to you all. Ty, you yelled something. It looks like you have an update for us.
Aubameyang is apparently not interested in a move away from Barcelona.
Okay.
No more.
Sorry.
Can I just intervene?
I knew.
Okay, let's take it one by one. Ty, you were saying something.
I was saying that apparently Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is not interested in a move away from Barcelona at this time. He's happy to stay, and he has no intention to leave.
Except if they want him out, then he'd leave.
Yes.
He's only been there for 8 months. Yeah, and that's a player that's telling everybody, cutting out rumors, cutting out all these speculation, whether or not he's going or not, whether or not it's true or not. But that's the source saying, yo, he's come out and said, yo, bro, I'm not going anywhere. Can you see other players? Like, no, but I'm just saying, like, you know, when it was Sunday, man weren't hearing anything, people were doing cryptic messages. But, you know, I'm just saying, innit?
Can I get a chance
You
guys are being so picky, man.
All right, let's bring in Declan. He hasn't spoken. So Declan, your thoughts on the pursuit of Aubameyang?
Everything always comes in with an entrance.
Bro, I'm consistent. This is very similar to how we argued about Ronaldo. Oh, he's got a bad attitude. And I don't know where Phantom got 60 mil. The situation of his name
But
being
he's
brought up
just
is
again.
because
Nobody gave him a number. He just that's the way of Phantom showing
Phantom
how
gave
much.
him a number. Phantom
No,
gave
yeah,
him a number.
he's
before.
just saying
16,
that's a way of him
16,
showing you how much he wants Aubameyang at the club. It's not nobody
is
gave him
it?
any number.
Sorry, I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was why he
No,
didn't
no,
want
no,
him.
nothing out there.
Because
Phantom was just showing how much he wants the player at the club.
My bad.
No worries, go ahead.
That was taken the wrong way. But still, to help Phantom, he wouldn't cost 60. The reason his name's being brought up is because he's in his final year, and they went and got Lewandowski. They went and got heaps of players. He might not even get game time, right? As much as he thinks he will. That's why his name's being brought up. Now with all these examples that you guys gave, there was one guy that was very similar to him, and you guys remember him, was Anelka. You guys remember that guy?
Yeah,
Anelka had a worse attitude. The thing about these players, when they come into this type of age, they know it's ending. They become more professional. Their final chance to win something, and that might happen for him at Chelsea. So everything that he did in the past, you're probably going to find a better Aubameyang. But regardless, wherever he goes, even after he had that falling out with Arteta and Arsenal, he left and he banged goals at Barca. He bangs goals wherever he goes. If he just does that, we are so desperate for goals. He doesn't even need to do banging as the ratio that he has been, right? If you don't want him, we're on the verge of probably losing Werner and Ziyech, and our attack's getting really light, and we just want someone that can come in. And I think Ty made a lot of good points about how he's not exactly a focal point. He is someone. Has the characteristics of.
Wait. Let me talk about it. So you're gonna give Ty credit, not even a pint of credit to me, who also talked about that. Just go ahead. I
didn't hear because you're known as the speaker. That's why. Yeah, I'm gonna call you.
You're the coach. You're the coach and the manager in this panel, so that's why.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody against me. Go ahead, Declan.
I'll give you credit too if I heard it.
Just keep your credit. Just go ahead.
Hey, I'm not sure where you stand on it anyway. I'm not sure if you want him in or not. I must have missed that part.
No, I want him, but that's by the way. I'm just kidding. Yeah. You know I'm kidding. Just go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but this is probably the consensus from Twitter and everything. People, we bring up these names and people don't want them. The Ronaldo, Aubameyang. That no one wants these older players, but we are desperate for an attacker. And I know he's 33. He's still performing great at Barca. And and his price tag won't be that high. So this is a guy that can come in for a short-term solution because the attacking market, especially the striker market, isn't that great. So either you pay a lot for someone, for a young player, for a potential unproven, and you overpay, or you get Aubameyang and you see who turns up, and we get the first player in. Aubameyang, Ronaldo. I get a feeling that's going to happen.
Yeah, just quickly. IBC, I just had to take you off because I'm not sure if you knew that your camera was on in case you don't mistakenly walk past naked. Yeah, go ahead, Declan.
I'm busy rapping with his top off. Yeah, that's basically it. That's what I don't get. People having the similar attitude against Ronaldo, and I'm not sure. I mean, when people are being it sounds a little bit picky, and the saying has to go, beggars can't be choosers at a time like this. We actually need attackers. It's not great. We might have to turn to Ronaldo, Aubameyang, short-term solutions just to get the season. I know, and this is where it's going to change. We were talking about a rebuild, right? But if we get the signings that we're being strongly linked to, and the Cucurella thing's really funny, but that should be done, yeah? If all of a sudden the Fofana thing is true, if Fofana is true, and then Jong and an attacker, I'm not calling that a rebuild no more. That's a great squad. It's gonna take a bit to gel, but that should be. I mean, if Liverpool and City don't start well, if Liverpool and City don't start well, and because I don't think we would if we got that many players in. but we would finish strong. We might finish title contenders if they don't start well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the team that you would have. That's why I don't think it becomes a rebuild no more. We'll be a bit of a force. So I think our narrative might change after we get those players in. So the end of the transfer window, we might have a different outlook and expectation on what we expect. And we definitely need a player like Aubameyang or someone similar. So someone has to come in.
Is it talking? What's Aubameyang's current salary? Let's bring that into context. I'm not sure if you're in the chat and you know his how much.
No, I think that the comment there is for Ronaldo's one.
Yeah, I know it's for
Aubameyang's one would be high too.
What's Aubameyang's?
Yeah, Aubameyang would be high, but low trend. Yeah.
250
Aubameyang's would be high, but it would. You're talking about low transfer.
What's his name? Chelsea fan says 250.
Yeah, Barcelona pay a man at 250. Yeah. They offered him last season 250k a week when he signed for Barcelona.
So it's not going to be bad 300 given his experience because we're not going to give him 5-year deal. They've knocked it down because they can't.
Oh,
he took a pay cut. Yeah,
took a pay cut. So it was going to offer him 350, but then they knocked it down for 250 because it's like with Frankie de Jong when Barcelona's 17 mil worth of wages. That's why they're trying to cut people like Lewandowski. Yeah, they're trying to keep Lewandowski happy at Barcelona. That's why they're paying him a high price payment. That's why they're not banging down.
Yeah, declare you're true.
What's true?
No. Are you okay? Are you through?
Are you through? Sorry, I thought you asked me. Is it true?
No. Maybe my African accent confused you. So
that's about it. That's what I wanted to say about me. It's very.
I thought you were sneezing.
Sorry, Ty. What did you say?
I thought you were sneezing.
No, I wasn't. But Declan made a good point here. I think, for once, Declan, I agree with you on bringing in big names. I don't think Auba's ego will be the issue. I think something serious happened, and I don't think Mikel Arteta handled it quite well. Like Ty alluded to, he was in public discussing the players' issues, and the player himself was arguing something he had to go see his mom and all that. I don't remember the story quite.
Arteta handled that perfectly. Arteta handled.
You think?
Yes.
But should he be speaking about it in public that much?
No. He messed up. He did. You violated the conditions. If you do that, what did that send messages to Saka, Smith Rowe? You're the captain. You can't be messing up. You send a bad precedent. So Arteta did what he was supposed to do and strip on the captaincy. You need to in defense of Arsenal. I'm just saying in terms of the Arsenal situation there. I'm not saying he's going to come whatever. I'm just saying in that situation, Arteta was right to do what he did.
But here's the argument I have against you arguing about his, his discipline as a professional, or let me say disciplinary issues. That's a word I hate to say all the time that he's had in the past. And again, do we have any record of him behaving like that in France and in Germany, specifically at Dortmund? No. We don't. Even Thomas Tuchel he's spoken well of him.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
it was very. It was very that. Yeah, but Aubameyang wasn't the only player though. He had a falling out. It was very like how Lampard did at Chelsea. That's what Arteta did. He got a lot of players left.
You could argue the reason Arteta did that was just because he doesn't want big name players who feels like I don't know how it's switched. My theory is
that's going to backfire.
I know we don't like Arsenal, they're rivals or whatever. Let's call a spade, yo. I don't like don't sugarcoat it. He was look back on it. He didn't turn up. You gave a precedent that your mom was sick for COVID. You're gone away for COVID. You don't come back on the said day. You're needed for a game on Saturday, bro. This ain't pre-season. This is mid-season, my guy.
Yeah, but hold on, that's a reaction of what's happened from earlier.
What do you mean?
So they've had So they must have had this must have been way before a bigger falling out that led to Aubameyang just rebelling like that and not caring, and then wanting out, and then wanting out straight away.
Well, thank God the documentary's out for us to see, so we can have a real insight properly as to what really happened.
I started watching it too.
No, but we're not going to hear anything from Aubameyang.
No. We don't need to hear anything from Aubameyang. What I'm trying to say
we have to. Because it would just be in his absence. We can't just believe everything Arteta speaks.
Listen,
sorry guys, I've just got something up on the internet about Aubameyang. I've just got something about.
Arsenal fans have told me.
Let IBC finish. Yeah, go ahead, IBC.
Arsenal fans have told me what Aubameyang's done is not a good precedent. Enough is enough. So it's a repeated pattern. This ain't the first time. So Arteta's looking at like, hang on, brother, you're mocking it, bro. Like I got young G's, I got a young squad. We're not doing well. I need everyone on board. If you're mocking it, what does that say to Smith Rowe? What does that say to Saka? If you're mocking it, they're gonna mock it. I'm a new gaffer. I'm not in this thing. I haven't been there for 10 years. This is my first couple years in this thing. I need to set my discipline before people start walking over me. What is wrong with that?
Here's the thing. I think it will only
if
make sense.
If that was the case, I agree with you, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if that was the case, that's one thing. Then I agree with you. It makes sense now.
No, that's not what happened.
But how do we confirm that was really the case?
Why did he
was Aubameyang the only player that had that situation?
What?
He had issues with Xhaka too.
My guy, why was he stripped of the captaincy? Why was he stripped of the captaincy? Why was he thrown?
No, those arguments make sense.
But the argument is... I've got it in there. I've got it on internet.
Okay, you know what? Chelsea fans, just come in so we can move on from Aubameyang. After all, played his hockey in Spain. Right. If the situation changes with more, and again, the rumors are that we are acquired.
Anyway, I've got a statement. I've got a statement of why Aubameyang, what he did at Arsenal, right? So we can keep this over a line. Everyone's arguing over it. It's not doing Cucurella and everyone's good. Well, basically, Aubameyang, it says on Arteta, yeah, Arteta did like that Aubameyang's attitude before when he came back from his mum's for having COVID, yeah, from training. There was a choice of him like getting him off as a captain. So Aubameyang, with his attitude, he did not like him. Because Arteta said, "I don't want you to be captain. Right, I'm gonna put it to someone else." He did not like the attitude. Him being captain for the thing. So he had a massive argument of an agreement saying, why are you not putting me captain? On his statement of Arteta, said he had a phone call from Aubameyang for being late at training, so that's why he punished him for not him being a captain for that game for that day. So Aubameyang didn't like it, and he kicked off, so Arteta put him on the bench. That's what the agreement about was, because Aubameyang said, I'm captain for this team. So Arteta gave him a punishment for being late at training because he just did disagree that Aubameyang disagreed to Arteta, saying, no, I'm a captain, please let me stay captain. And
bro, is this a statement you're reading or are you paraphrasing?
Go ahead, let him land. Again, I think we should move on from the Aubameyang argument. We're not Arsenal fans. It doesn't even matter. But the argument, here's the thing. I know you don't want him already. Chelsea fan, you don't want him, right? Overall.
No, I don't want Aubameyang, no.
I don't want Aubameyang too. But I'm not.
Yeah, I want him. I want him. I know Ty wants him, and I think the club wants him too. But we'll find out what the fans want. Those in the chat, 64% says yes, they want him, and again, 36% say no, they don't want him. So again, let's move on from Aubameyang. Sorry.
I was just big upping in the chat.
Oh, big up to the chat, right? They agree with you this time. Again, by the way, no, they've always agreed with you, surprisingly. So I have to be honest there. Again, I'm going to say thank you to those in the chat for your participation in the poll. I'm going to end the poll because I'm going to put up another poll there. And again, for 205 people watching, and we have 240 likes. It looks like this is the day we break that record. So if you haven't, please take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're shooting for 300 likes, and it looks like we're going to surpass that aim today because we're at 241 already. So thank you for all the support. You guys are absolute legends. I thank you so much for all the love you've shown this channel. And the only way to pay you back will only to make sure we keep it objective here and keep it as interactive as possible. And right now, because we're switching topic, I'll try to read a few stuff and I'll switch. scroll to the very bottom so that whatever I'm reading is aligned to what we're talking about here. And big up to the queen of the house. He said, hey, Cucurella and the panel. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing it well. I can says, let me see what else do we have here. Who doesn't want Ronaldo? Quite a lot of people. I don't want him either at the club for obvious reasons. For my own personal reasons, or again,
any chance
Declan wants
can
him.
you pull up Joker's? It must be far back. Yeah, Joker also said that Lukaku was better than Aubameyang too.
Yeah, and
really funny. And
you know why he said that? It's probably
he's living up to
trolling.
his name.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, his name is the
I think
Joker.
I saw that comment there. Yep. We are
So
trying.
I took that Ronaldo comment as sarcastic.
Yeah, no, he's being sarcastic, actually. That's how he operates. We are trying to fix the players' wages structure, and we want a player that costs around 500K a week. How does that make sense? Because even if he took a wage cut to go to Barcelona, chances are if we want him, he'd want an increment. But it's as simple as that. That's, by the way.
Though?
Sorry?
I think he was referring 500K to Ronaldo.
Oh, okay, yeah, rookie, yeah, not Aubameyang. But I'm saying, in Aubameyang's case, even if he took a wage cut to join Barcelona, if we want him, we'll probably have to pay him more. Sesko is similar to Broya, lacking experience. Chelsea cannot buy everyone in the window. That's the truth. Getting an EPL-proven striker like Alba for about 2 years, wouldn't be bad. You can secure Sesko next season. I don't know how possible that is. Again, if you're watching, keep liking the video. We're at 246 likes today. Again, I'm confident we can get it to 300 likes by the time the show ends. So please, keep liking the video if you haven't, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Again, just saying hello to each other here. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom because we'll be switching topic right now. And apologies if I skip your contributions in the chat. Like I've told you, we've developed a system that's going to help us to randomly pick up questions that are aligned with what we're talking about. Again, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Sorry, apologies to everyone in the chat. It's not intentional. Now, bringing it back to the panel, Declan, let me get your opinion on the club's pursuit of Fofana, just because I haven't done so. Then we'll switch to the next topic we have. Now, we're hearing that we're putting a bid of around £60 million, and it was rejected. Your thoughts, how much do you think we're going to end up getting him if, in fact, we're able to get him? And do you think we're going to get him?
Well, I think we're going to get him cheaply because he's injury prone. And I'm surprised they rejected the 60
You're being
million.
sarcastic, right? Because I know your standpoint on that.
You know what? If that 60 mil is official, then I don't think I think we're gonna get him. I think there's gonna be a number we hit, which is closer to 70. Which I think they wanted more than 70. I think we'll find the middle ground. It might almost.
But it's looking like it's gonna hit 70.
Yeah, it might be a Cucurella situation. I think the reason we might have edged out on any other competition, if that's true, is because we threw Colwill in the deal. If everything sounded like how it is,
Colwill was gonna go to Brighton.
Yeah, I was making the comparison with the Cucurella deal.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, go ahead.
So if Leicester are interested in one of our players, which I'm really hoping they take a liking to Kepa, because they just lost Michael, which are surprising enough.
And they don't have a replacement yet.
Yeah, and maybe they are interested in Kepa, and we work out a deal. If that is the case, I think that will soften the Fofana deal. I think that if the bid is official, then we'll find a number, and I think it'll be between 60, 70. I think once you start going 70 beyond, that will show overpaying, but that will show how keen we are. I'm not sure. He might be our last choice. We might actually go to past the 70, but I don't think so. I think the number will be between 60, 70. I think we'll see how we go on a second bid if the first bid was official. So it's good news. I think we're getting a lot done. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but so it's unbelievable. Some people still can't believe it, and I hope I hope that the Cucurella deal isn't really, doesn't really, it's not hanging on the Colwill deal because probably what I'm thinking, my theory yesterday was, and I'm hearing that may well be the case, was that maybe they don't want a buyback clause and we want one because we believe in the players' potentials. But we'll see what happens. And I'm going to come to again.
But it should be a separate deal, yeah.
It should be a separate deal, you think?
Yeah, I found it very weird, and looking at all the journalists, especially Fabrizio, who actually tripled down on it. I mean, he put a lot of his reputation on it too. So I think the deal was done. I think
even after Brighton released the counter statement, he's still saying what he's saying, and some individual called him a liar, given what his statement on that deal is done, and he pinned it and he told the individual, he responded to the individual comment saying, "We'll find out who's a liar," and he's still saying it now. He's talking about the Colwill deal, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, so when you see that and you see other journalists too, who are really behind it, I think it's done. I think the issue was they wanted to announce it in a different way, not so soon, maybe closer to when they found a Colwill agreement, and they didn't like it, and maybe the Brighton Twitter, who's usually just run by a media group, maybe might have overstepped as well, in a way. So there's a lot of possibility, but I think I'm pretty confident that deal's done. There's too much. I mean, people putting too much of the neck on the line, and I heard they did it for Ben White as well. So they've done it before.
Hey, how about
as
the perspective? How about this from this perspective? That they're probably being cautious, because if you're going to go buy a player and the selling club, they're aware that you just sold a player and you're coming to them, they be prepared, knowing you have the money available. Do you think that's a factor?
Yes and no, because if it has to be another club, and I'm not sure for other players, because they're negotiating with us for Colwill, unless it's another club. But we want to announce it soon as well. We want it done too. I mean, there's not a lot of time in the window. How long are they going to wait till they get their negotiations over the line? So I just think it was just an announcement. I just think, like, if you quickly say we sold Cucurella but we got Colwill, then the fans don't have that time, a lot of time to react negatively. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was just simple as that. I think the Brighton Twitter team might have overstepped because they were working on an announcement for Colwill, and you know how there's a whole marketing team behind it that want to do edits and stuff like that, and obviously the news that Cucurella comes out and Colwill is a leak, and whoever leaked it must be a really good source, and that's why they're strongly behind it. So I think it's done. So I'm gonna leave that as done. And the way we're talking and all, and you know what? The thing I'm enjoying now is that every day we used to have a new name, right? And we probably still do a little bit, but the consistent thing that's been recently, and I'm getting a bit hyped up for, is that when Cucurella one started, that was quick. The Fofana one has been ongoing, and the Jong one's not going away. And now there's attackers, and the fact that Timo wants to leave as well, and Kepa going. And also I think Hudson-Odoi today too. And I think there's still a lot to be done. And I think there was... Did you come across that Simon Phillip tweet? Who said...
No, I haven't. What did he say?
I think it was along the lines of double strap yourselves in. He's heard from a very good source that it's going to get wild at Chelsea. We still got a lot. There's some names, and a lot of business we're still going to do, and we're working, or something like that. I think that was it was almost like a little article piece, not a tweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do believe that. I have never doubted whether we're going to have a good window. And the way I have always argued that is that by the time the transfer window shuts, we'll have a good window. Ty, do you have anything to say? You screamed.
Yes.
What
This
happened?
whole Brighton thing does not matter right now. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Why did you say that?
Because when they were going to sell, is it Ben White? Is that the Brighton guy that went to Arsenal? Is it Ben
I think
White?
it's been White. I'm not sure, but go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, when it was done, the Brighton came out and said that that was not the case, and then we all know what happened. Ben White ended up at Arsenal. So them saying it's not really something to say. Oh, wait, are we giving false hope here? I think it's just the case where and I think somebody in the chat also said it. They want to get the Colwill deal over the line because what we were hearing is that they want to get a replacement for Cucurella, and that's why they were looking at Levi Colwill because he looks attractive to them. And eventually, we bit the bullet and said, okay, fine, we'll sell Levi Colwill to you, but with a buyback clause, which would be what do you call it? I remember the word to use. That would be. I'm not going to say that. There's a buyback clause in it, so that means that they want to ensure that it's done before they announce the Cucurella deal, because we could just simply say, no, we have Cucurella, we're going to keep Levi Colwill. So they want to ensure that they have it wrapped up first, and then maybe we see what happened with Aston Villa and Chelsea with Carney Chukwuemeka, where we see an announcement from both clubs saying that Chelsea and Chelsea and Brighton have struck an agreement for the transfer of Marc Cucurella, with Levi Colwill joining Brighton on whatever year long it is. So I think maybe this is not really something to be concerned about, because they keep doing this. They don't want to say things are done before it's actually done. So I think this is a case where Marc Cucurella looks like he is through the door, and maybe I can use what Matt was saying about it being 95% done. Possibly, you can say that now. But I think they just want to ensure that Levi Colwill is going to be joining Brighton, actually. And Chelsea are not going to rob them, because they're not going to do anything illegal, really. Or are they? So
No, I don't think they will, yeah. Yeah. Let me catch up with the chat again. And once I come back to the panel, we'll switch topic again. 212 people still watching, and we have 254 likes, which means we need just 46 more likes to break that record today. We need to get it to 300 likes today. Again, I'd be ungrateful if I don't say thank you for 254 likes. That's not easy. But please keep liking the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You guys are absolute legends, and I can't thank you enough. Let's look at what we have here, and then I'll come back to the panel again. Chelsea the Kingslayer says if Sesko's price is next summer, all we hear is should have bought him when he was cheaper. Stories forever. That's the Chelsea thing. If that doesn't happen, then we're not talking about Chelsea. And again, how old is Sesko again? I want to know. But again, given that we have Amanda Broya, I have to be honest here. If you're given the choice to choose between Aubameyang and Sesko, I'd bring in Sesko. We need to mix it up a bit. Experience and youth balance is key. And Aubameyang, I think there's quite a lot that Broya can learn from him. You don't just want to have a situation where we have all youth up there without experience. Yes, Raheem Sterling is a forward for us. He's experienced. But again, Aubameyang will bring something different. But that's, by the way, says Ernest Nyakurela, I hope I pronounced your name correct. It said Aubameyang will be a problem with the Chelsea squad. Again, you have your reason for saying that, but I think otherwise. Aubameyang, even just for Oye, is a nice stopgap option to push Broya to a point where he can be our main guy, or until better options becomes available on the market. Again, that makes sense. Says Queen Stacy says, I wonder why Chelsea want to buy Sesko, who cannot score more than. Again, I would say this: his record isn't that great, but maybe from little that people I've seen of him, they already wowed about the player. The potential is there. He's still young. What did you say?
That is not true. He scored more goals on that. If they talk, well, they said the league. Okay, they said the Austrian league. So
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, look at that. I mean, he scored 13 goals in total. He scored not even 13, 14 in total. He scored 5 goals in the Austrian Cup, 5 matches, 5 goals in the Austrian Cup, and 9 goals in the league itself. That is not entirely bad for a young player of his age. I mean, bro has scored 8 or something like that in the Premier League, and obviously he got injured as well. But I mean, if you look at Sesko, you have to look past the goals. Don't look only at the goals, because
no, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's about his abilities. It's not really about the goals. If it's about the goals, I say let's forget.
We might as well never have bought Jobber, because Jobber did not look attractive when we call it Jose Mourinho told from Roman Abramovich not to go for a man. They say pay, don't speak, just pay. So
Roman didn't fancy him then. So yes. I get the argument.
Yeah, but
my point is.
Hold on, can I say? But this is the Austrian league, though. Even your Drogba example, he was doing bits, and Drogba peaked late. You're talking about Drogba, 26 years old, I think, by then.
Drogba was a different player. It was a different player.
You're talking about a young player playing in a very low league. Stats not on his side. He does look good in highlights. I had to watch highlights as well because I don't watch the Austrian league. Right?
You scouted him via videos.
Yeah, I don't think. I think most people did. I think that's where the hype's coming from, because a lot of people don't watch that.
I didn't.
Yeah. I'm sure you're into the Austrian league. But that makes
my hype is
when you compare. When you compare Broja with Sesko, Broja is way more proven. I mean, even if it's not goal for goal, even if it's slightly less, right? And conversion time, you're talking about EPL goals over Austrian goals. You're talking about a massive leap. And how much are you paying for this player? If you're getting him for 20, 30 mil, maybe it's a good gamble that he might turn into a potential. But if you're going to pay big money on potential from Austrian league, you're talking. I mean, that's a massive leap. I mean, we already
pay for him is 20 million, 25 max.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't think, again, I get you.
And he's not going to solve our problem as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to add that he's not. That's a gamble. That's not going to solve our problem. Like to think that a player like that might hit the ground running or not, or needs a lot of time. Definitely not going to solve our issue.
Totally different leagues between them. Totally different leagues.
You can look at the player. Again, that's where scouting comes into play. Go ahead, Ty. What were you saying so that I can move us on?
Nobody got my point. No one got my point.
We weren't talking about your point solemnly, Ty. But go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm saying I'm not for Sesko, but the fact that you're gonna say, oh, he's only scored this amount of goals. I'd rather a player who has scored barely any goals compared to a player who's.
Now you're sounding like Bobby.
No, come on.
No. In terms of making fun how people talk. Oh, he's not old. But go ahead, Ty.
No, but it's the truth. I would prefer a player who is barely scoring goals compared to a player who's scoring goals galore. Because every time we've bought a player who scored goals galore, they've never worked out. And I mean, although I'm going to use this other example. Although Jota is not the greatest player, he scored only 6 goals at Wolves. And when he went to Liverpool, and I know people say that Liverpool's system it makes it easier for players to score, but the transition that he went from scoring 6 goals the year prior to scoring the amount of goals that he was practically behind Mane and Jota, Mane and Salah in terms of goal scoring, and then obviously Son crept up, and then he had to share the golden booth with Salah. So I guess in that sense, I mean, I would prefer a player who's barely scoring goals compared to a player who's scoring goals galore, because that means that I'm going to be able to watch them and not only watch the goals that they're scoring, because his ability is excellent. People compare him. I don't like the comparisons that they're making. They're saying he's a combination of a Haaland and a Lewandowski. I don't really like that, because he put that on his head. And I'd rather him not be like Haaland, because I mean, Haaland got embarrassed. And I know the season has started yet, and I'm not going to judge Haaland yet.
I think he'll still come good.
He was embarrassed.
If you can be like
and Chelsea fans were having a party. I know.
If you could be like a
your tone will change. Your tone will change.
Can I question
for us?
Yeah, go ahead very quickly so we can move on from that topic.
Yeah, could I just question you guys for a minute? Is he could be an Eden Haaland or is he could be a Nunes? If we do get this set.
Wait, before you do that, I still wanted to address Ty because that's one of the craziest takes I ever heard. That he preferred someone that didn't score as many as someone that did, and you cherry pick some points. But if we compared every striker, the best strikers in the league scored a lot of goals somewhere else before they did come. If you want to judge how good someone is, yeah, they've done it somewhere else before. That's why you go for them. And to pick some points where that some players might have not done it, or like Werner did it there. I mean, these are rare cases when you compare to the
if I can comment, I really want us to move on from that because we begin back and forth. Again, do I think the club will still go for him if they're really interested in bringing in Aubameyang? And again, it's a sign, and you could argue, in my opinion, I have to be honest, it wouldn't make sense to have just two young attackers. I think they are both in the same bracket. If we're keeping Broja, maybe if we're selling Broja and bringing Sesko in, then yeah, it won't make some sense. But bringing them both as young as they are, we still lack experience in that area. But that's, by the way, I think bringing in a player, it doesn't matter the league they play. If you see the potential, you'd know, okay, if you bring this player into this particular league, he has the potential. He can, come good in that particular league because he has the potential. It doesn't matter how soft the previous league that he's played for is. But that's, by the way, I want to thank Queen Stacey for this. It's a brilliant contribution because it got us the panelists thinking, and it brought, it caused an argument that makes sense. But that's, by the way, thank you very much. Again, Leicester are interested in Odoi. That one sounds like something that makes sense. Probably it depends on how much Thomas Tuchel likes a player, but if he doesn't really like him, then he might well let him go to Leicester City so that he gets Fofana. But I still believe he likes Hudson-Odoi. It's up if the player himself wants to leave, but we'll see what happens. But I think Brendan Rodgers will love him. Let me ask this quickly, Ty. Did Brendan?
No.
What's that?
Cucurella. Oh no.
What happened? That doesn't sound positive.
Oh, the Levi Colwill deal is not going well. Oh God, no.
Okay. I still think we'll get Cucurella, whether that one went through or not.
We're insisting on a loan with the buyback clause.
Not insisting on a sell with a buyback clause, but
yeah, that's
those
what I mean.
guys, they want to buy him permanently.
Like a loan. They don't want the buyback clause in it. They want a long. I not had this problem.
Okay, they want a permanent deal. They don't want a buyback clause, right?
Yeah, because and this is why I was saying that if they accepted this, it's crazy because you thought you had Cucurella long term. Why are you gonna go for a player that in possibly 2 years, if he comes good, you're gonna have to sell him when you want longevity on that side. So that is
they make a quick buck, just like they did on Cucurella.
No, I Chelsea don't want to Levi Colwill. They don't want a bypass. They just want to loan him out for 2 year season. We predicted. We thought as much yesterday that may well be the case. But this deal, believe me, it will still happen. Let me catch up with the chat quickly before it becomes too long. And thank you for bringing up that. And I think let's go for 300 likes. Yes, we're getting there. Like I believe this is the day we'll break that record. We're already at 267, which means we need 33 more likes to get it to 300 likes. We can get there, people. Keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you very much for all the love that you've shown this channel. I appreciate that. Let's get Aubameyang and Broja as our main strikers. That's a good mix of experience, and the youth. I think it will work. It's a separate deal. I think Brighton can fund the Colwill deal before everything is finalized. Again, there's no telling what's really going on behind the scenes. But given that Fabrizio Romano is putting his reputation online, I still think that deal is done. My theory, if you ask me personally, would be Brighton probably are looking to bring in
to bring in some other player, not just Colwill alone. And they don't want the selling club to think like they have all the money in the world. Let's try and get it off of them. But that's just my feeling. I don't think that's the case. Okay, let's follow up the story here. It says, Aubameyang plus Broja equal to 36 goals this season. Oh, okay. Let's see if that happens. Brighton wants permanent deal, with Chelsea insisting on a loan. And we're hearing from other sources that Chelsea insisting on selling it to them, but with a buyback clause. Which we hear it's getting close, actually, but we'll see what happens. It's everywhere. Because the truth remains, I think, the Twitter journalists especially, it's easy for them to come up with something that will get you click on whatever they say, to suck up whatever they have out there. But that's, by the way, I think Broja scored 6 goals in EPL. He doesn't take, PKS to Pat stats. Okay, I get that argument there. I said I think Aubameyang is a better option for this club or for the present moment. In fact, it's better. It's a better solution. That argument is solid too. Crazy again. I'm going to skip to this one here. Sesko would be a youth buy, just like the Inter Milan midfielder. Barley is buying some kids for the future. I think Barley is a smart man. And like I've always said on this show, he didn't become a billionaire by being dumb. I think he's working for the present and also the future at the same time, which means if Chelsea clicks, I think we're going to be dominant for a stretch of time, not just win, have patches of success here and there. I'm just saying that Cucurella move to Chelsea is completed. Brighton only refused to make it official last night because they wanted to sell the signing of Levi Colwill. Again, there are multiple, stuff out there, but we'll see what happens. Let me see anything else. I'm going to just scroll to the very bottom now. So we'll move on with other topics. Wow, just when I thought it was just 2 comments, but it is quite a lot. So again, I'm going to move on, come back to the panel. Let's start looking at the updates. From the updates, we'll go down to taking questions from those in the chat. Just 1 second, please. Anybody else want to say anything else about the Colwill situation before I move on?
Yeah, please. Could I, please?
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the panel, so you have every right.
Okay. Well, basically, what it is, yesterday we heard Romeo on his Twitter saying everything's been up to date with Cucurella at Brighton. On Brighton status says there's been no talks about Chelsea and Cucurella about a finance of 52.9 million. There's been no talks about it. Chelsea's in their statement wants Levi Colwill to go out on loan with no buyout clause at all. They just want him to go out on loan for the 2 seasons, and Chelsea are trying to push Cucurella and add more money towards Cucurella for the financials. The statement was on Twitter. Someone posted on Twitter saying that Romeo was doing fake news about Cucurella going to Chelsea. I saw it on Twitter yesterday. He made a video link. This guy did. And down the bottom, it says in the statement with Brighton on Twitter, included to that, And then 10 minutes later, on Sky Sports News, came up that Chelsea has now advanced talk to agreed advanced payment of 52.9 million Cucurella. And about hours later on, the next minute, Sky Sports News said, no, it's all wrong. So if we are going to get Cucurella, the done deal we need to do is sort out kind of money. And if they do want to have Levi Colwill, get it over the line. Let's get it over the line. We have Cucurella, better. I think because of the day, Levi Colwill, might be a good centre back. What he did for Huddersfield. Cucurella is twice as better than Levi Colwill. They're both. I think they're both same age. Both same age, are they? Right. You think it's Cucurella is 23 years of age, and he's got a lot of experience ahead of him. And he's going to be I think he's going to be one of the best left wing backs. It's time to tell, So I think if Brighton wants Levi Colwill, you can have him. We'll just basically you can have the player. We'll have Cucurella.
Ty, it looks like you had something to say about the situation. What Chelsea fan just said, or something else. You go ahead with it.
Yes, and what I just said is the truth. And what Andy Naylor said, and you mentioned it as well. The deal is completed for Cucurella, but the deal for Levi Colwill is not. And that is a setback because it's done. Cucurella is done, but Brighton will not allow it to go completely through until they have that replacement, which they're hoping will be Levi Colwill, who's younger and also has a bit of a versatility like Cucurella. The only thing he cannot do is as a left wing back. And unless they're going to play him or try to mold him into a left wing back, I'm not really sure how that's going to work. So maybe they're just going to replace him as a left centre back. But
here's the thing, Ty. But go ahead until you finish.
But right now the deal for Levi Colwill collapsed, but Brighton are going to try again. And after they try again, we have to hope that it's done today so that it's announced and we get a double announcement in terms of a player. The medical is supposedly done, so that means that he just signed contracts, completed, boom, here we go, done, completely.
Yeah,
but
if what you're saying is true, if what you're saying is true, then we shouldn't be concerned. If they're still using the term that the Cucurella deal is complete, then we shouldn't be tying it with the Colwill deal because it just doesn't make sense. I know it's not your fault; it's what's out there already. You get my point?
No,
don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
I think that's what Brighton
wanted. No, I'm not shooting you, Ty. I understand because I'm seeing it on my update screen too. That's why I'm saying they shouldn't be saying it's complete if they're tying it with the Colwill deal. Go ahead, Declan. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, I agree. That's what they've said as well, that it wasn't tied in. I think they just wanted to get both done and announce it similar way.
Because it just wouldn't make sense to say it's complete and you're still saying that it all depends on the Colwill deal. That's what the Twitter journalists are saying out there. And Ty, I wasn't going to shoot you. No, it wasn't. I understand
it's not
it wasn't
a trade
you.
deal.
It's not a player trade deal. So why would the other one be reliant on the other? So they're just carelessly using languages out there that's confusing the heck out of us. And by the time you read everything they have out there, you have to go see a psychologist because your brain will be everywhere. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. Yeah. So Ty, let me ask you this question now before we go to the updates. I lost my updates, one of my update screen on the other screen though, so I can't open it. But I think I maybe used the one on the right side. The question I want to ask you is this: we're hearing that we're willing to offer a player, to help us to sweeten the deal. What we're offering to Leicester City for Wesley Fofana. What player do you think that would be? Most likely be
the player that is most likely to be, and I think it should happen, would be he's a player who is a midfielder. He is Scottish and he has played for Scotland, and people compare him to Iniesta and Fabregas.
Well, Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore.
You
Why
think
don't
they're
we
not
but they need it?
Not gonna happen.
Need a defender.
Not gonna happen.
They need a defender. You give them Malang
So
Sarr.
which do you think it's still Billy? Why do you think it's Billy Gilmore, Ty?
Well, because they need to replace a midfielder. I mean, there are links with what's his name? I think Man City are linked with him, and Leicester City are linked with what's his name? Paqueta, the Brazilian guy from the French league. Paqueta. I think I don't remember.
Is it no? Which one?
Paqueta. I don't remember his first. I think it's Lucas Paqueta or something like that. I don't remember his first name. But they need a midfielder if they lose Maddison. So they that's what I'm saying. They can find other defenders. Malang Sarr is unfortunately off the table. If he was still available, I would have said Malang Sarr. But I think Billy Gilmore's the case.
Okay. Who did? Okay, you go ahead before I bring in Declan. CFC fan, Chelsea FC fan. Tell us, who do you think it would be?
Sorry, Cucurella, man. I disagree to you there, Ty. It's not gonna. No way, Billy Gilmore. It's not gonna happen. I'm telling you, if it's the case, because this has been all talked about Ashley and Alonso going to Barcelona. If it's the case of anyone, I think it'll be Alonso for Fofana. Because if you think of it, if we get Cucurella, for a placement for Alonso.
You think it's gonna be
I think-
Alonso?
Alonso is going to
Yeah.
Barcelona. He's
I don't
been
think
this-
it's gonna happen ever.
It's not. No, it's not going. But the Barcelona on the Twitter page, yeah. On the statement, Tuchel statement, Chelsea statement, they had a thing on Twitter saying that Barcelona, they're not happy with Barcelona putting false payments with Aspi and Alonso. Barcelona only wants one player from Chelsea, and that's guaranteed. They want Aspilicueta. Alonso, there has no other interest in any club. I'm telling you, Kai. Let
him finish.
Please let me speak. I'm telling you for a fact. If you could give me the link that Barcelona wants Alonso and Aspi, then send it me. I'll guarantee you it's not.
Let's
Alonso
let the guy finish, please.
Alonso. Why Alonso? Alonso's
They
not.
can't call
Alonso's
them
They want him.
facts.
Alonso's not a centre back.
Here's the thing.
But why not?
He's a centre back.
They're
But why
not. Again, Barcelona ain't even hiding anything. They ain't even hiding the fact that they want Aspilicueta and Alonso. Even Juan Laporta, the Barcelona is the president. He's come out openly and say, yes, we want him, but they're still talking with Chelsea Football Club. He's going there. That's where he wants to go. Honestly, you have every right to argue from your own perspective. If you think he's the player we're going to give Leicester City to get Fofana to sweeten the deal, to me, I disagree. I don't think it will work. Respectfully, I don't think it will work. Declare your thoughts on what player do you think would give them?
Well, I gotta say that I don't think it'll be Billy Gilmore, but I do agree that he can go. There's no
we're
guarantee
sure
he
he's
stays.
leaving. Definitely, it's looking likely.
Yeah, but I think the Leicester one doesn't make sense to me as much. I don't think Gilmore is proven yet. If they need someone to come in straight away, I mean, Gilmore needs a good loan. I mean, after seeing Norwich, where's Leicester get that confidence to say, yeah, we're going to throw this guy straight in the midfield? But wouldn't they need a defender? Wouldn't we give him Malangsa? I mean, wouldn't that be the player? I mean, the names that have been leaked out.
It's going Monaco, Alexa.
No, but he hasn't gone yet. Is he gone? And we haven't announced it. So that's a chance. If we feel like would be better off giving Malangsa to Leicester City and get Cucurella, that's where we
give him Conor Gallagher.
I think
he is in France right now. We're just waiting for us to sign a replacement first.
So that one is close. Is that what you're saying, Ty?
Yes, but apparently the Athletic is saying that the Cucurella thing is not even done yet. The medical hasn't been done yet, so I'm confused.
They haven't sanctioned the medical, but again, I'm still not concerned about that.
And plus Chelsea wants a loan now and not to sell to Brighton. So this whole thing is confusing. I cannot be bothered.
It's everywhere. But again,
I'm gonna be like IBZ now. Shut the window. So Chelsea trying to win and we go next year.
Just forget about the window. Go ahead.
Let's before
the Clad comes in again, we're cutting off the Clad. We're cutting off the Clad right now because he's the one talking. And we still have 175 people watching, and we have 280 likes. Just 20 more to break the record today. The most we've had before is 280 plus likes, and it's looking like we're going to break that record today. Again, we have a few minutes to round off the show. Please, let's break the record today. So keep hitting the like button, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Go ahead, Declad. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just saying that...
You were saying something already. Sorry.
It could be, if I remember right, I think Rogers was a big fan of Loftus-Cheek. And it could be a player like that.
And he coached him as a youth player, right?
Yeah,
just wants to leave.
Okay, go ahead, Declad.
I know he doesn't want to leave, and when we're spinning these ideas too, it could be no one, yeah. There could be no one going to Leicester City too, so we're throwing very hypotheticals here.
It could be Hudson-Odoi.
Who's gonna? Hudson-Odoi was the one that
I heard. He won't leave this season. He won't leave this season.
Why won't he leave?
Yeah, let's take it one by one. So
there's a lot of players. Yeah, but look, this is now Tuchel has stated which player he wants and which player he doesn't. And with the World Cup as well, there's players that want game time and there's players that someone like Ziyech at his age should be playing all the time, and he's not, and that's why a lot of players want out. And then you see Aspie and Alonso get their heads turned too. So this is what is happening now, and we got a big squad now with more additions. We're gonna allow some to go, and some that want to go might have to stay as well when we make that cutoff point. So it's gonna come down to who we can let go for the best deal as well, and some players might have to stay because there's no bars, there's no clubs for them. And that's the reality of it. So it's all up in the air. And why wouldn't... Like, how can you say Cho's not going to leave? The guy doesn't play. He wants to play. Of course he's going to want to... Of course he's probably one of the players that want to leave. He doesn't want to
even if the manager wants to keep him.
Yeah. So...
Well,
that's what's
said
happening now.
Hudson-Odoi said he's going to be his first main player this season. But who said about Kepa? Yeah, who said Kepa is going to go to Leicester because Kepa's going to Napoli?
It's not guaranteed yet.
I said he might go to Leicester because they just got rid of their keeper. That's what
I know.
said.
Kasper Schmeichel, but they've already got a replacement for the Kasper Schmeichel. They're buying that goalkeeper from Lyon.
Well, they haven't bought anyone yet.
Well, they're in, I know they haven't bought him yet.
And I was making a hypothetical. You are reading transfer notes like they're gospel, and just so you know, there's 100 every day of new points and new players that we're going to go. That they don't come true, majority of them. So now we're just doing hypotheticals, and I just brought up the fact that they need a keeper. I wish we can entice them with Kepa. Was my thing. I see what
you're saying. I know what you say about Kepa, but Kepa, we need to get rid of, and if it does come to Leicester, I don't think.
I think we have to. I think it sounds easy to say we need to get rid of Kepa because of his salary, but bringing in a replacement who's going to be quality and even come close to being as good as Kepa, it's not going to be easy.
Why did you say it like that, Chelsea perspective?
Say what? Like what?
No, you were so blunt and brutal.
About
I think it's time that we get rid of Kepa.
I didn't say that. I'm not against that. I'm saying
executing.
No, it's me. No, it's me. I said that. Yeah. No, but I'm not brutal about Kepa. Yeah. I'm just the thing with Kepa. What I didn't like with his attitude at that time when we had Sarri from the FA Cup final with Manchester.
I have actually moved on beyond that. I'm not going to actually.
You know what?
I know I moved on. I've moved on.
Hey, I'm gonna admit, I haven't moved on. Do you know why?
Hold
on.
Let's talk one by one, please. One by one. Go ahead. You want to say something, Declan? Let's move on from that topic.
Yeah. I on that topic, I haven't moved on, right? Because that set a standard and a series of consequential reactions before it, and probably good ones too. Like, if that didn't happen, we probably wouldn't have got Mendy, right? He was benched, and Lampard already went into his new managership knowing what Kepa did. That also, he didn't want to come up on the finals. It's also what led to probably show that Sarri had no control of the dressing room, which we wanted Sarri to stay, and he actually left. Sarri never got sacked.
We did. I know, right? He left for that.
So that action had so much consequences that has a ripple of time in even when you can say how the way Lukaku looked at things. Players must have had this attitude that they thought they can pull out a player power on such a level that he made a joke of us. You know what? Other rival teams still joke about that though. You might have moved on, but that was a joke today.
Let's think about it.
What I'm saying is that how can you move? Yeah, how can you move on something so ridiculous, right? And that he did. He shouldn't. For me, there was no redemption after that.
Rival fans, let them talk. They'll always talk.
No.
It's a rival fan.
I think we should just move on.
I
We
could
should just
agree
move on
with
for that
everything said,
topic.
I don't care about
Honestly.
rival fans.
What?
I know you don't care, but why would rival
Can
fan
we
use
talk,
it for?
let's talk one by one. We're just cutting into each other when we're talking. Go ahead, Declan. Round off. I really want us to move on from that topic. Seriously.
Yeah, I just could say, look, that kicked off a lot of different series of actions. That, you know, getting Mendy was good, but getting rid of Sarri wasn't. And having him on the wage, he put himself in that bench ring, and we could have won that. We possibly could have won those finals. Instead, a series of Kepa being such a penalty specialist, which he wasn't, right? And Kepa's only has himself to blame because of what he did back then. No one's moved on. There's no one moved on. Everyone knows what he did, and there's been such a just slow redemption. But I don't think there was ever a redemption, a proper redemption for him. So that's what. That's why I'm saying it's Kepa's fault.
Did you get the opportunity?
What opportunity? When you do something like that, it's not. There's no easy way back in.
Thank you.
And you got Mendy as well.
He gave us a bad reputation, Ty. You got to understand this, yeah. Kepa, yeah. It will always be the same. What happens if he does it to Thomas Tuchel this season? With that attitude, I'm not coming off fit. He made Sarri look stupid. He made him. Sorry. I'm not.
What did Kepa do wrong though? That's the thing. I still don't get what he did.
Kepa,
yeah. Okay,
Sarri.
You know what? I think let's move on from that topic because I've heard people actually argue that there was some measure of miscommunications there, and we weren't there.
That's what I'm saying.
I get as much as I get everybody's argument. I get the Clyde's argument. I get Ty's argument. We have other things to talk about, and we're nearing the end of the show. Let's forget about the capacity. Maybe we'll talk about it another day. Because it's going to distract us unnecessarily. Sorry, Ty?
We should not talk about Kepa past today. Honestly, we shouldn't. We should stop talking about Kepa.
Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't. Again, to me, honestly,
and slated every single time he's mentioned. They always bring about, what he did again. Sorry, but people need to understand that there was no audio to say that. No.
I'm actually surprised that Clyde said that Kepa isn't a penalty specialist. Didn't you say that, the Clyde?
If he didn't stop the penalty against Frankfurt, we will not.
No, I disagree with you on that. That's why. You know what? Let's talk about this on.
No, because now he's lost more finals than he's won. So he's no longer.
How many finals has he lost?
Look, last year, two Liverpool.
Okay, you know what? Let's move on from this topic. Let me catch up with the chat. Again, thank you for 289 likes.
Yeah.
We still have 152 people watching. We need just 11 more likes to get to 200 likes. To get to 300 likes, I think we're breaking that record today. So please keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Coach Chris says, I thought it was $25 million sell and a $50 million buyback clause. Colwill to Brighton. That was what I heard. Surprisingly,
it's collapsed.
What has collapsed?
The deal, it has collapsed. Brighton have to try again.
The Colwill deal, right?
Yeah, Colwill to Brighton is not done.
Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Again, thank you for the attribution there, Coach Chris. Says then let's sell Broja. Let me hear what he said. Let's sell Broja to Real Madrid so that next Champions League he will punish us. I get your argument. I'm not talking about selling Broja, and I don't think anybody on the panel has talked about how it's for us selling Broja. Again, I hope that makes sense. Now, since I told y'all not to worry, Todd Bowley owned the LA Dodgers in baseball. They are good. Again, I get the argument. I think he's done quite well. I've never argued otherwise. If Bowley is doing everything right and equipping the women's team, buying youthful and general talents, replacing important figures in the team, that's good so far. To be honest, again, I think the same. I think he's done well. Abdurrahman Admas says, please assign striker. We need a striker. Okay, thank you. I've heard that. I'll try and make a call today and speak with Todd Bowley to let him know you want that. He's expecting to be in the quarter semifinals of every competition. You can bet on it. Definitely wants to win. Why wouldn't he want to win? Winning with if you really want profit, the team has to be winning to attract big name sponsors. You can't attract big name sponsors if you're not winning. It's as simple as that. Again, it says every top 4 Premier League club has those aspirations, even top 7. yeah, everybody that plays in the Premier League are there to win it. Although some deep down know they can't. But if they get a chance, Leicester City after all surprised everyone else a few years ago.
Lionel Joel, why did you say this? Oh.
What? The player wants to go. Again, this is a ploy from the players' agenda to get City back to the table. This deal can break down if Chelsea don't get it over the line. It can happen, and there's a chance. There's a chance of Brighton know it's possible, but we see. But I've never seen Pep Guardiola go in for a bidding war. I've never seen it. Maybe if the club's hierarchy feel like they can do it and they really want the player. But I don't think that's the case because you could argue they're on urge now regarding the FFP rules. They have some, I don't think they do that. If they do, I'd be surprised. But I still think that deal is done, given the fact that Fabrizio Romano is putting his reputation on the line. To argue that again, 293 people watching, just 7 more to get it to 300. You can help us break that record today. So thank you so much for all your contributions. Again, if you haven't, go check out my brother's channel, Lionel Joe YouTube channel. Subscribe. Believe me, you will not regret it. Sorry, what are you saying?
Excellent channel.
Excellent. Yep, excellent channel.
Yeah, I'll follow you after this, buddy, man. I'll follow you after this.
Yeah, be sure to go subscribe to his channel. And also, don't forget TyTalks YouTube channel. He shared the link to his channel. Share it again if you want to. That's up to you. The player wants to go. I've read that one again. Thank you so much for joining. Cucurella, I agreed personal terms with Chelsea FC. He is in favoring City. I heard that too, but that's not where we're at right now. We've been told that the deal has been completed. I just want it announced. It's as simple as that. Aspi and Alonso have already agreed personal terms with Barca. And Barca, they're not hiding their intentions of getting the players in. They want them. Laporta spoke openly about that. So again, just waiting for club transfer agreements, and I think we'll come to an agreement. What are those noise Ty keep making? Ty is just having some fun.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. No, he's talking about how you laugh sometimes when somebody's talking. It's smart. Okay, let's calm down, guys. Calm down, please. Let's be organized here, please. Who I'm not sure who's talking about. We're selling Aspi to Barca for 8 million. Again, just waiting. Good signing. So I'm just going to scroll to the very bottom. Sorry.
Can I add? If the Aspi thing is really strong as well, and maybe Alonso, and I've been reading a lot of reports today too about De Jong. Could they possibly be thrown in the De Jong deal? And that's what's kind of sweet in it.
Yeah, they're trying to get 2 players. They're trying to get the 2 players to Barcelona so we could get Frankie de Jong. But there's a statement on Twitter. It could be possible if it is actually happening. But the thing with Aspi and Alonso, Barcelona only want 1 player because you've got Barcelona have got about 4 white backs and they've got that Des. They've got who's that other player? They've got a left back. Alaves, yeah, they've got.
Yeah, but Alaves is going, mate. He's 38. He's 39 now too.
Yeah, but
they got him for like 6 months.
I think he's just signed a temporary contract just to stay for one more season.
And this isn't defensively that great as well. I think that Aspi gives them a profile that they've been missing. That's why they called Alaves back.
Utility, more importantly, overall. That's how I see it. The Clyde, you say something. I want to catch up with the chat, so we'll look at the updates and call it a day.
Just quickly, which is probably maybe the key detail. I saw Ben Jacobs on a stream, and what he was saying was that if I think they're trying to find out if De Jong will join Chelsea, and if he agrees to that, then it's going to be like a routine deal, and we're focusing on that because Man United done all the legwork. We know how much Barca will accept. And then if De Jong is happy to come to Chelsea, then apparently it's going to happen quick. So it could be like some of the other deals that happen so quick before we even know, before the build.
But ain't Bayern Munich interested in Frankie de Jong and all?
Okay, Declare, I'm waiting for you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to add. So I think we can get a bit excited about De Jong maybe.
Okay, thank you very much. Thousand Sports. By the way, Thousand Sports has a channel. I think when I listen to him, I think he's operating from UAE. Let me know if I'm correct, brother. Please, if you can, if you have time, go check out his channel. And if you like what you see, do subscribe. And I think he knows football. TyTalks always, again, can we stop that?
Yeah,
please, can we stop
man.
saying anybody is waffling? It's not acceptable here. If you have a counter argument, just present it. It's as simple as that. That's how we operate here.
You see what I'm talking about now?
Just don't use the language. And what's up, Cucurella? At work now, birdie, but listening in the background, CFC DP finally back to content creating. School and everything made it difficult for my man, but he's back now. Again, be sure to go check out this channel and subscribe if you haven't. Welcome back, bro. And again, 300 likes. We've broken that record today. So let's put the icing on the cake and add cushion to it, because sometimes when you're happy you've gotten to that number, some people, again, just change their decision. Dislike, maybe you talk bad about the player they don't want. But then again, thank you for 300 likes. That's not easy. I applaud you guys. You guys are absolute legends. If you're watching and if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel. Like the video as well to help us reach more people. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Again, says Kepa wants a playing time for World Cup selection, and I still think he's a good player. I think he's got it in him. And again, I'm going to start the fight with the Clad one day on whether he's a penalty stopping specialist or not, but not today. Again, I agree with you. Kepa has redeemed himself. Everyone deserves a second chance, and he had the second chance. He's won 2 competitions with for us by with his penalty stopping skills, and I don't know why Kepa the club wants to start a fight with me. 1000 Sports says we need Aubameyang. Again, I think so, and I think the chat thinks so also. A second chance to see how Czech throw him in a helmet. Yeah, he will be. Joker, please stop. Please stop. Again, here is the link to TyTalk's YouTube channel. I already have this information in the description section. You can also go check it out there if you want to. But here's the link to his channel. Go check it out. Please do me a favor and do that. And do subscribe if you haven't. You guys need Alba. Keep dreaming, kids. Again, he must be a Barcelona fan. But Kepa should go. He needs more playing time. We don't have to be selfish about that. Again, I knew before time he was going to ask to leave, just as I knew that Hakim Ziyech would ask to leave. And hope that it's looking like it's going to come to what I think will happen. I'm hearing that Manchester United are interested in securing the signature of Hakim Ziyech. Let's see. And here is Lola here, a Barca fan, but somebody I trust so much. She says, I don't know if Lola is a woman or a man, but that's by the way. Please leave Alba alone. He's a high-level substitute. Which is if he finds out that this is the case with Barca, I think he would want to join us. I don't know if Barca actually plays 2 strikers at the same time, but Alba can actually play on the flanks. It depends how the manager wants to deploy him. On click, yep, we've reached 307 likes. We've broken that record today. You guys are absolute legends. I can't thank you guys enough. And remember, I said I owe you guys a big giveaway, and I'm going to do it. You know how we operate here. Again, for those of you who has won and gotten their giveaways, you know how serious we are about that. I'm late. New update, please. You update yourself. Here's how you do it. Ebuka, you go to your computer, just drag the progress bar to the start. Start from 0, and you get the update. But you know we love you here, bro. Nice to see you. Lateness is greatness, so welcome. And again, bro, De Gea, Alisson, Mendy, Ederson, even Leno, they all are better, far better top. Again, than who? I think you're having a conversation with someone else. Goal, Mackay said Manchester United will sign the young because Chelsea don't need midfielders this season. Again, we'll see. Chelsea should again. Well, I'm not sure what he says there. Alvarez left Barca. Okay, was it the guy that said some nonsense that Premier League wanted him? What's the name of the guy that joined MLS? But he had a comment where he said the Premier League wanted him, but they paid double the wages, but there you're alone. Some nonsense. Who wanted him and then he's going to the MLS if the Premier League wanted him. It just doesn't make sense. Says Alba, it should be Ronaldo. Okay, there you go, Joker. I'm gonna stop reading your comments. Seriously, as a Mount As a Man United fan, Chelsea need a proper goal scorer, a striker like the Young. Okay, you're confusing me.
No,
We'll take the Young. Yeah, we'll take the Young also. Yeah. If we can get Cucurella, Fofana, Aubameyang, and the Young, I think we can win EPL, FA Cup, and Champions League, Carabao Cup. Keep going with these players. Let go of Ziyech, Cho Alonso, our captain, and Chelsea. Okay, you want to add someone else to the list? Go ahead. It's your opinion. Here's my brother here, Mikael. I think Mikael also, you can argue, he has a panic boss too. In case you want to join. Mikael, I'm not surprised. I think it all comes down to his passion, his love for the club. He says, big up Blues. The roller coaster goes on. Cucurella transfer being denied by Brighton. The Athletic, no medical, no agreement on price. Apparently, I still don't believe that. But I get your point. Something is going on
the verge.
Sorry.
Cucurella is delayed because of Colwill, Mikhail, and the deal is not agreed with him, so that is why we have to wait longer than expected. And it's unfortunate, but there's no roller coaster. The only coaster that's right here is the Cucurella coaster. It's muy bien, muy excelente.
Oh, and the whole day I've been pronouncing it Cucurella. And thank you, Josh Viola. Didn't catch that and disgrace me in public. And we don't have the panic bus driver here. Mikhail says was Fabrizio taking the mix sabotaging the Chelsea negotiations, disinformation campaign by Brighton and Barca. No, I think he wouldn't take that much of a risk. He even got into an argument with some individual who was, on his wall, say something like, "You're a liar," and he responded saying, "We'll find out who's a liar." Again, I think he said no chance for Man City. But
if they come back in, I'm going to laugh at him so hard after I cry.
Yeah, but they walked away. I don't see them coming back. I'd like to hear him say.
I don't see how Romario's like, because his reputation on Twitter, man, it's the most.
Yeah, I don't think he'd do that. I don't think
he'd
do that. That's by the way.
Why would he not?
But there's a lot of other journalists that backed him as well.
They backed him, yeah. So we'll see what happens.
He knows what he's seeing.
Because he knows all about the transfers with Chelsea and Liverpool. Like when he said
that upsets me. Speaking about Liverpool, breaking news.
Yeah, cool.
We have made a strong case to Michael Edwards, from the ex-Liverpool sporting director, to return to football 1 year earlier than expected. He wanted a sabbatical, but he's now considering if he should return to football as a director. And there's no clause.
Then it's gonna happen.
There it is right there. There it is. There's thought to be no clause which suggests he cannot come to another.
Okay, this one here
is good.
Yeah, that's the one there. Yeah.
Oh, convenient. As soon as I say it, comes up.
Yeah, innit? Comes up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me catch up with the chat. That's my update screen. Actually, that's what I use on the other window. To catch up with everything that's going on. Again, hope we sign Aubameyang. I hope so too. I'm going to again a Joker. What did the Joker say again? And they say I am the Joker. Who joked? Charles said the King Slayer. Wow! Thanks for 300 likes. A blue planet. Thank you guys. Again, we did it, and it has with icing on the cake. 9 on top of it. We still have 162 people watching. If you haven't. Again, take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, Ty, I know you're celebrating. I know you love the channel. We gained nearly 110 likes at this particular show, and I think that's a record. Good. So again, thank you for all the love.
We want more likes. We want more likes. Come on, give Cucurella more likes, man, because he's a legend.
Yes. Thank you. Let's keep liking the video.
Best legend coach ever, man. Any day you want
thank you,
more likes.
Thank you for all the support. Midfielders help build the attack. That's the truth, and I think we need Chelsea requests Barcelona would like to send him off. Again, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Joker. We need Aubameyang seriously. I've argued that, declared I've argued that. I think the only person that differ here is our Chelsea fan, FC. This transfer window is funny. It's not funny. It's energy. It's not funny alone. It's energy draining. It can send you to early grave if you pay too much attention to it. Big up on 300 likes. Thank you very much, my brother. you know I love you. What do you say, Declan?
It's going to pay off at the end then. It's such a
It will
rollercoaster,
pay off.
but
I think we'll have a good transfer window, yes.
If we get those players that we're strongly linked with, yeah, it'll be great. One of the
and then we wouldn't actually be concerned about not doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when,
my question: why has Aubameyang actually came up on Twitter about that Chelsea?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I think let them read it. Let's just move on. King Maurice says, "What's Fofana's head price?" And it's Aubameyang deal really a reality? Aubameyang deal right now, it's just see it as a rumor. What I read is that we inquired is that we'll check if it's available. There's no again, and for Fofana, the quoted price was around 75 to 85. We went in with 60 million, and they rejected it. So we're not sure what's happening next. The rumors are that we're trying to sweeten the deal with a player, but there's no way to tell what player in particular. And I want you, if you're in the chat, let us know what player you think Chelsea will use to sweeten the Fofana deal, because it's looking like we're really wanting. Lola says exactly. Alba used to be a winger, but he has a romantic relationship with goals. Wow, that's delicious. What a way to put it. I am personally against letting him go. He saved us last season. Yep, that's a delicious comment. I like that, honestly, because he's a fine finisher anytime, any day. What will Kante think when he plays? Who? Joker, you confuse him. I'm not going to read your comment again. Please, what are we doing with Batshuayi and Kennedy? They are giving me headache. Batshuayi apparently stuck into Wolves. I think Wolves are interested. No longer, what's his name? No longer Everton. So I hope that happens. Cucurella is a must-take for Chelsea. He is a top player. Since his time back in Spain, this is the best time for Chelsea to, pick a top-notch talent in Cucurella. Again, I'm just going to scroll to the very bottom. We have to go to the updates. Sorry about that. I can't read everything, but of course, I have to highlight what the Queen says. The Queen says, thank you for 300 likes. And again, much love to you, the Queen of the House. I appreciate that. Now, let's go into looking at the updates. We'll take them one by one. This is some of the dead wood. I think, like you see on Twitter, things are happening indeed. Matt Miazga, the U.S. international, in advanced talks to join FC Cincinnati on a permanent deal. If a move falls through, there is interest from clubs in the championship and from Belgium. I wish him well. He's a player I had high hopes for, not because I'm an American, because he came in with such a talent. And if you've seen him play again, his ability on the ball, his calmness on the ball. What happened? I don't know. Maybe who was it again? What's the Dutchman that usually Roman Abramovich brings in every time we have issues for quick fix, and he comes in all the time. Anybody on the panel help me? The Dutch coach.
The Dutch coach.
Kusinik.
The Dutch coach. You on about? Kusinik.
Yeah, Kusinik. Yep. Kusinik gave him a chance. I think he was 19-20 then, and then it was against it was in Wales against what's the Wales team that plays in the Premier League? Is it the Wales team? No.
Swansea or Cardiff.
Against Swansea away, and he made one silly mistake, and that's it from there. Things hasn't gone his way at Chelsea then. But he played well overall. I think it was a cross, a ball into the box.
He's heightest.
He's what?
He's tall. He was tall, wasn't he?
No, he's a heightest.
Heightest? What do you mean?
Yes. He's racist. It's like saying he's racist, but
Matt
Miazga.
Who is? Matt Miazga is?
Yes.
No, it's not, man. He's got a nephew.
I think I remember something.
There's a video of him.
He said something about a Mexican player.
Yeah, that's false.
He shouldn't do that. If he has a discipline issue, but I have to be honest. I expected a lot from him, but things hasn't gone his way since he joined Chelsea. But that's why the way we move on from him. That's one deadwood player leaving. That creates room. It reduces our wage bill. Wolves are interested in signing Michy Batshuayi on a Oh, come on. I was happy. I thought he was on a permanent deal. He's still with us.
There's another club who are interested in Mr. Batshuayi.
Oh my goodness! Somebody please take him. Maybe we should just just take an L.
I think
terminate the contract. Let him go.
I think there's a China team, China League. Interested in Mr. Batshuayi. I know the
Chinese league. I think they take him and they pay well.
Just the thing is, I think Wolves, what they're trying to do is just to see that's what it always comes to it, because every single time we load up Mr. Batshuayi to like different Premier League teams, they want a year deal with him just to see how he proves with that team, and if he ain't good enough for that team, that's when they want to send him back to Chelsea. But I've heard that there's been talks on Twitter that Mr. Batshuayi there's a China League who are interested. Shanghai,
I think he should just go there.
Yeah, Shanghai Kahara. They're actually looking on him to see if they can get him and all.
Yeah, thank you for that contribution. Again, the poll, which asks, have you moved on from Kepa's behavior on the Sarri? 74% says yes, and 26% says no. So for once, Declan loses on the poll, because usually when I argue against him, if I put something on the poll, people there usually support him. So you lost this one. I'm just going to leave it so you see it. Maybe that will make you unhappy. I'd like that, Declan. You can't win all the time. Joker says, okay, sorry, I will stop it, but I cannot believe how Chelsea wants those players who Barcelona wants, because Chelsea want good players, Barcelona want good players, and I don't think it will happen all the time like that. But that's why the way, bro, you can joke all you want. I'm just joking. I'm just gonna sometimes I don't want to get confused by reading your comments. You're welcome to joke all you want. Are you saying Cucurella is a done deal?
No one is saying it's a done deal.
Don't hold your breath. Don't say I told you that.
It's not done.
You cannot say it's done.
I ain't done.
Yeah, you can't say it's done until you get an official statement from the club. But trusted sources are making us believe it's more than likely it's done. But we'll follow the story and see what happens. My name is Idrissa. Okay. My name is Idrissa Hamidou, aka Samiso. Okay, Chelsea knows. Okay, I'm not sure why you want me to read your name, but Idrissa, welcome to the channel. Brighton loves they love clickbait. They also gain more followers and likes yesterday, just like they did in the case of Ben White.
Thank you, my friend Steve. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it makes sense too. Yep. Batshuayi and Kennedy entering final years of their contract. Sell them now, or they leave on a free. Status unknown.
Or play Kennedy as a winger, because he was a winger before we wasted him as a left back.
And do you think he'd do well in that position?
He presses a lot. He's a high press. He'll run around like a headless chicken. It's not why people love Mason Mount.
He did good at Newcastle when Kennedy went there. He did good at Newcastle United. They put him on.
I was going to say, if Batshuayi is on his, he has 1 year left. That doesn't match with the tweet. Then why would we give a 1 year loan?
It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't add up, right?
Because
they were going to give an extension. They would give him a 1 year extension like we always do, and then it goes on.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Maybe we make money from that also, because loan moves, we make money from loaning players out, but not players who were paying part of their salary. I don't think that's the case of Batshuayi.
Who would pay Batshuayi? Come on, who would pay him?
But what's the point of a loan move and a loan fee? Or just give him a price, something like a loan, and make it permanent.
It's only got 1 year contract, hasn't he?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, something isn't quite right there. So let's thank you for bringing that up, Declare. Let's catch up with the chat. Batshuayi and Canada, 300 likes. The Queen says thank you. Has a CFC actually signed a Cuckoo? I can't tell you that. We're just thinking it's looking likely. We heard it's done. We heard no, it hasn't. It has not been done yet. A time to watch Arsenal. All or nothing. Love a good comedy.
It's out.
I think it's out. I think the person that told us about it was Phantom.
I'm binge watching that today.
Wait, there was only 3 episodes. I think they're gonna release more later.
I'm gonna binge watch.
Yeah, and that's how they release a series nowadays on Amazon, one by one.
No, there's like 3 of them out now.
Okay, 3
How long
hours.
is it?
at the
1
same time?
hour?
Okay, that's fine.
What's that?
20 minutes.
What's that?
How long is it?
What's that?
The first one is nearly an hour, but the second one was short. I saw. The second one was like 30.
Arsenal. You know what? That just describes Arsenal. They come big, and then in the last stages they just come short.
All right, let me catch up with the chat. So we'll see the updates we have, and we'll move on. You lot get the Young and Cucurella and the top forward. You're winning the lot. Again, it says soccer players, I mean, too much talent, trust me. Okay, Gus Hiddink, that was the name I was looking for. And yeah, the panel reminded me to Gus Hiddink was the man. And he's a good tactical mind. I don't know why he seemed as if his coaching career dwarfed. I'm not sure where he is right now. Is Cucurella at Chelsea? No, he's not yet. Miaska made literally one mistake and was gone. Yeah, that single mistake that day, I will never forget it. Gus Hiddink was the man. He took him off actually before, I think, was it before halftime? I don't remember that incident. Guys, answer me, please. Cucurella, we said no, we're not.
20 minutes
not
game.
done.
It's not done.
The rumors are that it's done.
It's not done.
Then we're
It's
hearing
not done.
it's not done. Then we're hearing that Brighton hasn't okayed, the transfer. So let's stop cutting in when somebody's talking, please, so that it will organize here. But we're good, brother. Chelsea should do away with French players. Let them go. Terminate their contract. Michel leave on a free. Take him. Yeah, let him leave on a free. A lot of clubs will take him. And it just, like the class said, what we're hearing just doesn't make sense. He has 1 year left on his contract, and who wants him? 1 year loan.
Wolves wants him. I thought Wolves.
Michi is the worst. Literally looks like he's trash out there. One thing I give him is his link-up play. I think he's a good striker, but for some reason it hasn't worked for him at Chelsea Football Club. I'm just waiting to hear that the Chelsea signed Cucurella. Wait for that until you get an official statement from the club. I don't want to say I told you that, this transfer window can kill you if you believe everything you see out there. Hope Chelsea get the deal done. Again, it says, big up Cucurella, the panel, and people in the chat. Nice to see you, DJ. I hope you're doing well. Again, DJ says, Mikael, again, just let me leave it up there for Mikael to see. Let's catch up with the update, and we'll call it a day. There's nothing there. That was me. Chelsea have been offered a host of Barcelona players, including Aubameyang, Memphis Depay, Frankie de Jong. Get me Depay, get me Aubameyang. Forget Depay. Get me de Jong and Aubameyang. Yeah, let Depay go continue his music career, and I'm not serious about that. Again, that's it for the updates. Ty, you were saying something?
Yeah, Depay. We have been offered Depay apparently. So if you get Depay, he's gonna be focusing on doing music. We're gonna have our own DJ Khaled.
Yeah, and I'm serious. And that's not a joke. Actually, I don't think he pays so much attention to his footballing career. It's always music and all that.
I think we should give him a chance. If he did join Chelsea, I think we should give him a chance.
Well, here's how I'm going to end that argument there. If the manager wants him, who am I to blow against the wind? Get him for him. It's as simple as that. And I think he comes on the cheap, but he's still stuck with negotiating with Barcelona. You're negotiating to terminate his contract, and it's not been that simple. So probably if we go in, maybe forget that it isn't public yet. That's a chance they owe him money to. But that's right away. So I'm going to come to you, Chelsea fan. Your thoughts on everything we talked about today. I want to hear from you.
Oh yeah, things like what were we saying? I've agreed with a lot of things, and some of the movements I disagree. Like with Fofana, there's a situation with Fofana. It's been too long about this situation trying to sign him. If it could be possible, we could get him as soon as possible. It'd be a great deal. Cucurella, a lot of people saying we're signing him, and it's not true. It's been announced that we haven't had an actually agreement of the deal. What we're trying to get the price of bid on Cucurella.
Somebody likes the price song already. Go ahead, Chelsea fan.
Think like with Aubameyang, just get out of your head. Just get out of your head. It's nothing. A lot of people say, but this what I just want to for truth here. I just want to know, yeah. All right. Like Liverpool got two good, and Man City got two good strikers this season, yeah. Even though Haaland didn't show what he did at Community Shield, but it's got a target. It's got a target that. With Nunes, Liverpool, you see how the player is incredible. If we could try and get a player like Nunes at Chelsea, right, we'll have a chance to win the Premier League this season.
Just quickly, Chelsea the Kingslayer, please let me know who's your cousin. Are you talking about DJ? Please I want to know. I want to know who's your cousin. Go ahead, Chelsea fan.
With all these transfer rumours talks about such and such with these players, if we can get this over the line, it's like when Chelsea said we're building a team. We don't want old news. We want players who are actually going to play for Chelsea, want to play with our club, not just come just for the money's sake. Because we've had a lot of players. What we've had. Like, it's been flopped. Like, we had Morata, who was a striker from Juventus, didn't do nothing at Chelsea. The likes of Shevchenko at the time. We've had players like Missy Batshuayi. We paid 35 mil the first time we got him. He was good when he played for for an old team. He's scoring goals. We ended up signing him at Chelsea. Did nothing. Yeah, fair enough. He scored the winners for us when we won that Premier League. Yeah, well, that's it. I'm happy with it. But he is crap. Yeah, he is crap. Yeah, but he is. But the thing is, we want to get with the old news and bring in the good news with good talent who's actually going to want to play for us and actually and enjoy their football. We've had players who's came like we had agreement with Kepa. Yeah, like it's still going on. But the thing is, any day. That's old news. We'll talk about that. It's with the Chelsea squad. Yeah, we're doing really well, and the Chelsea fans just give it time. We forgot 33 days to the transfer market to be gone, and we will be getting these players. Soon we've got these players. We're going to be a good team this season, and I'm just going to love it. I'm just going to love seeing them play.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I believe you. I think Declan alluded to that already. If we're bringing all the players we're looking at, I think we'll have a very good season because we're strategic in our spending. Just like I've always, Declan and I, he's been on the panel. Whatever I say, the chance of us doing well depends on how strategic we are with our spending. And it looks like we're spending wisely. We're targeting players that will come in. If you look at how they play, you could argue they will come in and defeat us seamlessly. So thank you for that. Declan, coming to you, your thoughts on everything we talked about today.
Try to keep it a bit shorter. Look, I think we just have to wait. The Cucurella deal looks done. I think it's time to get excited. That's what I'm looking at. I think just in the same way how we were very slow acting the first month or so, or maybe a bit more, 6 weeks, first half of the window, we're finishing strong, which is something I said a lot. So I can't wait. I'm just excited. I think these deals are very likely, and I think there's going to be some that we haven't seen before, or we might have forgotten. So it's going to be good, and I just hope we get into. I think I'm looking forward to the De Jong one a lot, and I hope we can really hijack that one.
Yeah, I think the De Jong one is really hijacked. The Cucurella one isn't a hijack because City walked away. So I wouldn't call that.
I feel like that one's done. Yeah.
Sorry.
The City one, the Cucurella one sounds done.
It sounds like it. There's no way to come.
If we give Frankie to John, that'd be
So Declan, go ahead with your final thoughts so I can go to Ty.
Yeah, that's it. The Cucurella one sounds done to me. I'm waiting for an announcement for that. If the Fofana bid is true, which I believe was true, the one that we got rejected, that means there's a good chance we're going for him again, and they'll probably find a number that they agree on, and that's very likely to happen too if that all matches up. And I'm hoping there's more on De Jong to come out if that is true, because there is a situation there that has to give. He wants to stay, but Barca want him out. Need to get a pay cut. So there's a bigger. I don't see De Jong taking the deal that Barca offered him, about the pay cut. So I think he might end up at Man United or Chelsea or another club. I think there's this opportunity there to get him. And if he does stay, I think it's going to be might be a horrible season the way they treat him. And then next season leaves. But there is definitely a situation there with Jong, I think, with leaving in general. So I'm hoping that we go all out for him. And I think there's going to be an attacker that is going to surprise us. Maybe we've been linked with so many, and there's going to be one there. And I think there's going to be a lot of outgoings as well. I think that's we got to count that as well. We got to count that as good deals. I mean, if we get Werner out, that's a big wage off our books, and Kepa as well, and Ziyech. Basically, any player that doesn't want to be here, get them all out, because I think that was an issue last season with the dressing room.
Yeah,
I agree on that. That's true. It's true.
Yeah,
we need.
Yeah, thank you very much, Declan. I appreciate that. Again, Mikhail, just remember that Mikhail says it's a window. You should call it a troller coaster window, but I think we'll be fine. Again, my Niger brother here says, Fagbamila Abiodun, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. You're late, but welcome to the channel anyway. I says, please like the videos. Yep, again, we broke the record today. 328 likes, that's not easy. So thank you so much to everybody that contributed. Is Aubameyang the type of striker Chelsea really needs? I'd say yes, but I'm not going to get into that now. Maybe another time ask me that question. Ty, your final thoughts on everything we talked about.
Okay, Cucurella has not been completed fully, which is unfortunate, but at least we're doing business and things are happening. And Calma Cucurella. The Fofana deal, we'll have to see what happens. I don't think we will go over 70 million. If we do, then that just shows desperation. But I think we have the negotiating power a bit, because Fofana just keeps pushing for the move, and we can use that to say that, do you want to keep a player who's not happy and wants to leave? The Aubameyang news, I'm not really believing it. I just think I'm just putting it, like you'd say, in a box of rumors, speculations, and until I see anything else further, maybe then we can probably see what happens. But I mean, Aubameyang to Chelsea, if it happens, I would not be against it. But at this moment, I think it would be better that we focus on getting in these other players first, and then the attack. But I mean, if there's anything to prove, is that unlike what people were thinking, Tabol is not the only one doing deals, because we cannot be dealing with Fofana, Cucurella, and supposedly De Jong all at the same time if it was him only. So that is why I keep saying, don't assume things, because things are happening behind closed doors that you don't know about. And please people, Todd Bowley is not the only owner. It's a consortium. There's a lot of business people in that consortium. So there's other people that are co-owners, people who have shares of the club now, that can also be doing negotiations. So don't forget that as well. People seem to be forgetting that Todd Bowley is not the only one. He's the co-owner as well as Clearlake Capital, but he's not the only one. So don't forget that. I mean, everything else we just have to wait and see. Levi Colwill to Brighton possibly. It's unfortunate we wanted to see him at Chelsea, but I mean, we have a buyback clause, or we're trying to get that done. But apparently, Brighton don't want that to be a part of it. They want him long term. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we'll let him leave, and then we have to buy him back in the future if necessary. But yeah, that's what I have to say. And congratulations on breaking that record, 300 likes.
Thank you for being part of it, bro.
Boys. Yeah, congratulations, coach, for that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Ty. I can't thank you enough for always making yourself available. And I was moved to the day you told me you're always here to support the channel and the conversation, not really about and the subscribers, but I knew that before time that you really like helping your brother out. So thank you. And I want to say again, thank you to everybody in the chat. If you haven't, take a second to go check out TyTalk's YouTube channel, and he just shared the link in the chat. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. Thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. Again, a big up to Declan, who was found time to join us today, always making it excellent debate. That's why I like having him on the panel all the time whenever he has time. Thank you to Steve Chelsea for finding the time to help keep the house clean. Thank you, cause I appreciate that. Ghana Emmanuel, thank you again. Please, does this a program hold every day? Yep. Again, 11 a.m. Nigerian time. If yes, please confirm the time for me. This is my first time here from Nigeria. Thank you, my Niger brother, Ghana. I appreciate you finding time to join. Again, it starts 11 a.m. UK or Niger time every day. So thank you. You're welcome here. WhatsApp, again, saying hello to Declan. Declan, thank you again for finding time to join. With that, I want to say thank you, guys. Be sure to go check out TyTalks YouTube channel and do subscribe. Also, follow Chelsea fan. I think if you can, as quickly as you can, provide the link to your channel or to on in the chat section so that people can go follow you. Again, with that, people, I cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you for all the support. The channel is where it is today because of your tremendous support. Thank you for 300 plus likes. It's a record, and then hopefully it's upward from there. I cannot thank you guys enough. See you guys later today. That is if there's an evening show. If there's any serious breaking news, we'll host an evening show. And again, if not, see you guys during the Blue Morning Show tomorrow. Thank you. God bless us all, and bye.
YouTube.